show on the screen.
Oh damn.
I don't know what he pulled, but whatever he pulled, it just made everything go haywire.
Did you put the link on Facebook? Yeah, I mean Facebook. You put the link on
No,
Twitter yet?
not yet. I'm still getting this together.
All right.
So I put nothing on nothing. All right, I want to make sure we can be heard everywhere else.
Yeah, because I know I sent the link on Twitter. I sent it on Facebook, and I sent it on LinkedIn as well. I always send a post there. So
I'll fix the. Yeah, I'll fix the title later. I just want to make sure everything can be heard on both ends.
but I know Tadal's in the chat right now.
All right.
I had already told him we were having technical difficulties.
Can y'all don't hear an echo on the other side, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hey, chat, if you guys can hear echo, let us know.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get this thing started. All right, who is this on my phone? Anybody? Nobody. I'm trying to cut down as much because I'm getting the echo. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. And we're good. No audio issues, right?
As of right now, no.
All right, this is episode 110 of the First and Framerates. Myself, VF Baller. We got DJ81, Bill's Fourth. Got a lot going on in sports in general, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Let's just go with the intros. Bills, how you doing? Is Bills there?
My fault. I'm trying to get this I'm trying to get this link for the YouTube shit to work and it's acting up. But
don't worry about it. We got it.
Yeah. Just watching some football and a lot of football.
Wait a minute, did you say washing some football or watching?
Football. And yeah, just pretty much doing the same shit I'm always doing, working on music and yeah.
Okay, what about you, DJ? What's up with you?
Yeah, well, I was watching football as well.
There we go.
And it was a ton of fun this weekend. Pretty much same stuff I'm doing. I'm still working on trying to improve my experience in NHL 20. And and also on Twitter, I pinned it to my Twitter page is the stats for my PlayStation from last year. So I see that's going around. I encourage everybody to check their stats as well.
And I'm on PC. Fuck that. I traded my PS4 in. I'm strictly on PC.
I see. You know what? You know the funny thing is, I seen people on there. It was like their unique games was like 25. I was sitting at 72.
Mm-hmm. DJ is the only person on this podcast left with a current gen console.
Yeah, because I got rid of mine and all. I don't even care about the exclusives. All my third party stuff is strictly PC.
And
now,
you know what?
Don't get me wrong, I still have my PS4 games, but that's more because if I decide to get a PS5, I'll have it.
Yeah, I was rated a sports phenom, and what was it? But my highest played game was, can you guys guess?
Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Exactly. About 200 and something hours posted in 2019. I'm proud of myself.
Okay. A lot of stuff been going
that was
on.
A deadpan, okay.
Yeah, it's like you're like one of the only few that still play that game. I mean, I commend it, but I'm just saying. I mean, because you playing what you want to play, but it's like.
I don't conform to what other people play, but there is a game anticipating that everyone else is anticipating. Now, saw another trailer today, but
yeah, I already purchased that on PC. I'm ready for that as well. But nevertheless, let's talk about these topics. I mean, basically, we're just going to do a rundown of these certain people, and on top of that, we're just going to talk about the NFL. We'll talk a little bit of LSU. I really want to talk about this no exclusivity for the Xbox Series X. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to have an S version. But I'm All right, I want to talk about these topics, and which ones y'all want to start with first?
Well,
Anyone except AB because I have nothing to say about him.
I have a
and,
lot to say about them. I think it's very
and
interesting to talk about because at first I didn't, but I did some thinking on the way home, and it's a few things need to be said about them.
I just have a PSA on them. That's it.
All right. So nobody picked the one that you want to talk about first, so I'll pick out one. All right. Let's talk about Bill O'Brien, and let's talk
He
about
should
what
be
he.
fired.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a fireable offense. Honestly, I do. I think it's a fireable offense of what he did. You
The
basically
man was a
threw the
punk
game away.
bitch.
Well, I ain't
in
gonna
that
do all
game.
that. I mean,
I am gonna do all that. You don't go for it on 4th and 1, and you go for it on 4th and 3. The fuck were you thinking?
calm down, DJ. That's not.
I'm just saying it was. It's just it made no sense.
No,
Well,
let me tell you something. Bill O'Brien should have been fired years ago. This shit just made it worse.
Punk ass bitch.
That's exactly that's what he coached like. He coached like a straight up punk ass bitch. You know, just like this how he coached the game. He knocked somebody down in a fight, and then they got up and he started retreating. How the fuck you do that?
Actually, no. It was more like he knocked him down and he helped him up, wiped him off. and was like, look, hit me in return.
Oh shit! Please don't hit me now. Fucking loser.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he'll probably stay around, but stuff like that should be an immediate termination because I mean, it's a playoff game, 2 steps away from the Super Bowl, and you had the game in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying, the Chiefs' defense is highly suspect. You could have kept the play keep away, and you would have smoked this team. And you know, I got a feeling that's what the Titans are going to do. But nevertheless, they had the game in hand and they blew it.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien proceeded to be smoked.
Remember, folks.
No, he ain't smoked. He gonna still have a job.
No. I'm talking about as far as the game was concerned. As he had his chance. 24-0, 4th and 1, 4th and a foot, not even a yard, a foot.
And remember, this is the same guy who, as a fucking quarterbacks coach on the Patriots, thought he had the balls and thought he had the fucking qualifications to yell at Tom Brady on the sideline. To which Tom Brady sat on the bench and was just like, "Get the fuck out of my face." So yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he added punk ass bitch at the end of that.
I'm sure he did. He took his sorry ass to Houston too. They've been frauds ever since.
And the sad thing was, it's like, yeah, I feel some type of way about it because, yes, I did pick them, and it looked very promising after the first quarter. But when he just tucked his nuts in, or what's left over of his nuts, that was it. It was just you deserve to get blown out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he just made too many errors, and you just put your team in a hole. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's playoff football. When you have your foot on your opponent's neck, you got to keep pushing it. And that doesn't mean necessarily go for it on 4th down. It's like it gets to a point where you just take the points. You know what I'm saying? You take as many points as possible. You know, I mean, Pat Mahomes, yeah, he's capable of putting up numbers, but once you demoralize the team
off the field.
Yeah, that's saying when you demoralize your team, he's going to run up 51 points. I mean, because the defense don't even care anymore. I mean, you know, the game is not just about performing on the field. It's a mental game as well. And when you mentally check out when you call the wrong play, these guys are going on the field knowing that the play is fucked up. They knowing that this may not work. They knowing that they had momentum and coach is telling us to run this play. And when it don't work, they're just going to walk off shaking their heads, and they go. It's hard for them to regroup after that because at times, yeah, you're a coach. Yeah, you may have been in the league longer, but these guys are on the field. They have a feel for the game. They know what's going on. And when you take that from them, this is what happens.
And just for some perspective, they were up 24-0 in that game, and Carlos Hyde finished the game with 13 carries.
That's what I'm saying. Damn. Exactly. You know, that has nothing to do with the players in general. It's just that you have to put your players in a team in a position to win. I mean, just look at the Falcons in the Super Bowl. They literally, all they had to do was just run the ball and kick a field goal. they would have been up by what 14 at that point.
Well, I mean, come on, Kyle Shanahan just sold y'all that game.
Once again, same thing like Bill O'Brien. Can you put those two in the same boat at that point?
Well, difference is Kyle Shanahan's not a chump.
Yeah.
Well, at the time he was.
Got nuts.
At the time he was. I think
he took some money on the table, but
I mean, you think that, but I mean, maybe he has. But at the time, I mean, it is what it is. You can't set your players up to fail and then wonder why they fail. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah, because you can see the body language of the players as the game was going on. You had the reception by Kelce. He was outside the goal. He was outside the end zone. The players, they just watched him catch it and watched him walk in the end zone. Exactly. It was like they were defeated while they were ahead 24-0. It was nothing they could do. The crowd got back into it, and yeah, Bill O'Brien should be fired.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He shouldn't have even had the chance to even enter the state of Texas.
Like I said, somebody should have been packing his shit up and left it on the side of the fucking road before he even got back to Houston.
I swear, Jim Zorn would have called better plays.
Yeah, right here.
Made better decisions.
He said, "I didn't even feel like it was a legit comeback." Blame the Texas.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right, exactly.
That's why, like, going into the AFC Championship, it's gonna be shaky for the Chiefs even then.
Like I told y'all, the Chiefs defense always been a problem.
What's even more embarrassing is the fact that Pat Mahomes threw the ball 35 times. So it's not even like he wasn't even breaking a sweat out there.
No, he's not. I mean, you're not gonna break a sweat when your team is demoralized.
Mm.
I mean, that's basically what happened.
He wasn't even breaking a sweat.
Work hard for those 51 points.
He wasn't even breaking a sweat when their team wasn't demoralized. He's just.
I kind of disagree. When it was 24-0, I mean, I don't think he was doing all that.
No, that crowd was demoralized at 24-0. But the moment
Pat Mahomes, he put on the Superman cape and put 28 up in the second quarter. He wasn't sweating.
Yeah, they showed Pat Mahomes on the sideline like, "Hey, we're gonna get this back one play at a time." He's rallying.
Okay, so what really happened? Did the Chiefs just beat him, or did the Texans shoot themselves in the foot?
Pat Mahomes.
It was a combination of both.
It was a combination of both. Yeah.
Okay, because from what I saw, it just looked like after those two plays were called, it just seemed like the Texans didn't want to play no more. No, that's what I saw.
Well,
that's one half of it.
Once that happened, Pat, damn near any quarterback could have came out there and just ran over the Chiefs. But
what I'm saying is that was after 28 unanswered. They scored another 2 more touchdowns unanswered. Mm-hmm. That was the point when that started happening. But you're up 24-0. Okay, 24-7. Okay, 24-14, 24-21. That's what I'm saying. Is like he put up 28 unanswered on him. He was calm, cool, and collected. That was all him.
Man, all right, so it wasn't Bill O'Brien's fault.
It was Bill O'Brien's fault.
I mean, let me know who it is now. I mean,
because what we're saying, we're going through the certain parts of the game. We're going in order here. It's not like Bill O'Brien was fucking up when they were up 28-0. No, it was Pat Mahomes started going on a run. The shit got hot in the kitchen, and Bill O'Brien couldn't handle it. That's what happened.
Okay, so it was Pat Mahomes that did it. I'm trying to find out because if we're going in order. Well, if we're going to order, what it sounds like Pat Mahomes just went off and Bill O'Brien had no answer.
Pat Mahomes went off. Bill O'Brien said, "Oh shit, this game's getting close. Let me hit the panic button real quick." And that's the order in which it went. Pat Mahomes started it. Bill O'Brien finished his team off himself.
Okay, so Bill O'Brien's not at fault.
Bill O'Brien's. Oh my god!
I'm trying to figure out now. I mean,
are you even listening?
Because the way I look at it, because the way I look at it, this is just. It just looks like this is what Pat Mahomes do to everybody. He just goes off and nobody has an answer.
No.
Is it that or Bill O'Brien just fucked up?
No.
Not a 24-0?
Right. He doesn't spot teams 24-0 and then just casually comes back. Right. That's not how it works.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out.
Of like in the order of operations, the Chiefs were fucking up in the beginning. Bill O'Brien had a chance to bury them.
There we go. That's what I was saying. But the tables were turned. I agree. We were saying Pat Mahomes did this.
No.
After that
was after.
That's exactly when Pat Mahomes started kicking in.
That's why I say Bill O'Brien.
He was. Yeah, that's what we were all saying. What we were really discussing. We were discussing whether Pat Mahomes was demoralized or the team was demoralized.
No.
Versus,
I don't think I don't think the Chiefs were ever demoralized. It's just the fact that
And that's what we said.
right.
Yeah.
No.
That's what we were trying to clear up.
Yeah, no, I'm not there on that. My thing was that the Chiefs' defense always been terrible. You know, when Bill O'Brien just didn't put his team in the win, to put him in the position to close the door, that's when
That gave them life.
right. That's why I say Pat Mahomes ain't do nothing but be himself. But it's just Bill O'Brien and the Texans. Where the Bill O'Brien's put the Texans in position to lose that game.
Yeah, but there's Pat Mahomes and then there's God Bull. The dude put up 51 points in 2 quarters.
That's Pat Mahomes.
And I don't think any quarterback.
I put it like this. Pat Mahomes will put up 51 points in 2.5 quarters against, that team. Any other average quarterback would have probably put up 30 at that point. Because the Texans were just that they were just out of sync.
Yeah, 20 maybe. They'd still be down by the time Pat Mahomes had them up by freaking 30.
Right.
And they
were. I'm just saying by the end of the game, yeah, I'll see a team beating them by 30-24.
And then I think also at the same time they were trying to play them man to man, and that only held for a few moments. After that,
right,
he was running free because the main guy that was guarding him, he got hurt during the game, and then the guy came back, but he didn't have that same giddy up because I think he hurt his ankle. So Kelce was just frying him.
I'll tell you one thing. I had to switch my mouse so I couldn't see my cursor on the screen. I should have kept using this mouse. Is way better than this new one I bought. This one is trash. You want to play with this one? You play this? You can throw it around and toss. I'm not using that shit no more. Trash ass mouse. All right, let's jump to Derrick Henry because
that's how Houston should discard Bill O'Brien, just like trash ass coach.
Yeah,
trash ass coach.
Yeah, me personally, I don't think he should be there. I got a feeling that he will, because you got to think about it. Who's going to replace him? That's the problem.
I don't know, a monkey, a piece of bread.
Yeah, come on, let's be honest. Let's keep it real. We understand that a monkey could have done better than him in this point, but realistically, what other coach out there is going to?
They could probably, they could probably promote somebody within the organization.
Yeah, that's a good start. That wouldn't be bad.
Well, there's plenty of coordinators out there, as always, that have a good playoffs. And then
I personally think Leslie Frazier would be a perfect fit for him. Why Leslie Frazier didn't get a job interview is beyond me.
That's interesting.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Speaking of Derrick Henry and the Titans, let's talk about this. Derrick Henry is going into Arrowhead to play against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think this game is very cut and dry. I think it's very cut and dry. I think if they go in there and run the ball down their throats, I honestly believe that the Chiefs have no answer.
I don't think they're going to be able to. I think the Chiefs...
What front seven? What front seven?
First off, their front seven is not nearly as bad as you make it out to be. Their corners are like the worst in the league. Fine,
bro, dude had 161 against the Ravens.
Bro, he had 161.
Yeah, but the Ravens' run defense is not what it used to be.
It ain't even close. But you trying to tell me that the Chiefs is better?
And can I finish what I was saying?
Henry got 150 easy.
Henry got 150 against a team that wasn't even really selling out against the run the way that the Chiefs will probably sell out against the run.
Henry's getting 150 easy this weekend. Easy.
I don't know about that.
Look, if Henry gets 150, it will not be this easy 150. You better have 40 carries because he sure is only getting no easy 150.
Where in the hell did this Chiefs defense is holding up a run like this?
It's not about.
They're gonna stack the box and possibly one more.
It's not about. Yeah, it's not about the Chiefs being skilled. It's about the fact they're gonna sell out and try to stop the run.
That's what the Ravens did. That's what the Patriots did.
The Ravens didn't do that.
They did not. Neither of them did.
They put at least 7 in the box.
That's not enough.
What we're talking about.
Let me tell you something right now. The
gap
Chiefs
control and edge control,
bro.
to be able to stop
that. The Chiefs defense is not that good. Derrick Henry's getting 110.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs are gonna run. The Chiefs are gonna run cover 0 and say, "Beat us, Ryan Tannehill."
Basically,
all right.
That's what it's gonna have to be.
That's what it's gonna be.
He's getting 150.
We'll see about that.
Y'all just all of a sudden y'all give these Chiefs this good of a defense when they couldn't stop nobody.
We're not talking about how great.
It's about strategy.
We're talking about what they're going to focus on compared to what the Patriots and the Ravens. They did not try to bottle up Derrick Henry for 4 quarters. They did not say Ryan Tannehill beat him.
Even if all right, I'll put it like this. Even if they put 8 in the box, you really think the Chiefs defense is that good to stop them?
It's not about their skill. If there's 8 in the box, it's going to be more difficult to run.
Period.
So
if you were playing Madden, you saw 8 in the box. What do you do?
Oh, if I'm playing Madden, I'm running the ball anyway. I mean, let's keep it 100.
VF, this is how I can tell you that the Patriots and the Ravens did not focus on literally just stopping Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 15 times against the Patriots. Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 14 times against the Ravens. If they did not force him to throw the ball more than that, what makes you think they were focusing on the run?
I just think they can't stop him. They can put 11 in the box. I just think the Ravens. I mean, I'm sorry. I think just the Chiefs. I think that the Chiefs' defense is just that bad.
But let me ask you a question. Okay, if Derrick Henry could have been doing this all year,
I'm not saying all year.
But what I'm saying is, you said that they made a very strong attempt at stopping Derrick Henry, and you're saying because the Chiefs aren't as skilled that they won't be able to. Regardless,
I think that because the Chiefs aren't that good, I think they're going to give up at least 150.
Okay,
it's going to be will. It's going to be about will, not skill.
But that's what I'm saying. So my question is, why didn't Derrick Henry do this against lesser teams then?
I don't know.
Because they didn't make an effort to stop him because he's having a coming out party right now.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to come out
all year.
I'm not saying that the Titans are going to beat him, but Derrick is going to get his. The Chiefs' defense is not that good.
Well, honestly, just give him credit. He was the leading rusher in the NFL, so
no question.
I'm like, he had a good year, but he's having numbers that no one could expect.
And more importantly,
in the playoffs.
I mean, he ran for 182 against the Patriots.
Unexpected.
But this is what I'm saying.
And against the Ravens, he had 195.
But
I'm giving him 150.
No, VF. Okay,
these are unexpected numbers.
No, but more importantly, what I'm saying is, VF, if he gets that 150, that's going to be the most impressive 150 we've ever seen because he's going to have more attention on him than any other running back in this situation would ever have.
I will say this.
As a the fact Ryan Tannehill has thrown the ball 29 times in their 2 playoff games combined.
All I'm saying is the Chiefs' defense is this bad. But it might not be as impressive as we think because he might run over like 3 people every time he gets the ball. They're just that bad.
But here's the thing: against Baltimore, he wound up rushing for more yards against Baltimore than he did against New England. But it's like Baltimore tried to put up more of a fight.
They did.
Because there were a couple of plays where they knocked him backwards. They knocked him in the backfield and whatnot. But he's not that type of back that will wilt after a couple of hits like that. He'll just do what he did to Earl Thomas once he gets in the open field.
And more importantly, I don't know how the Chiefs are going to attempt, like, scheme-wise to do this as far as, like, are they going to blitz? Are they just going to have guys in the area? But I think most likely what's going to happen is, like I said, cover 0, beat us Ryan Tannehill.
That's what we're going to have to do.
And Ryan Tannehill
they're going to have to sell out to the run.
Ryan Tannehill.
They're going to have to. I just don't think they are.
Ryan Tannehill's going to have to throw the ball at least 30 times this game.
Well, there's a controlled way to sell out. You're not going to sell out every single play, but you
right. And that first and 10, he's going to get 15 yards.
No, it's not going to happen like that all the time,
dude.
I'm telling you, man. I believe that the Chiefs' defense is not that good.
Bro,
the man ran for 182 and 195. I'm giving him 150. I'm not saying that he's going to do better. What his other numbers are. All I'm saying is getting 150.
Now, if he has 22 carries for 77 yards,
then I'll be wrong.
Dead wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem taking L's. But I'm just saying, based on what I seen, he played against the New England Patriots. Pretty good defense. Got 182. Played against the Ravens. Another good defense. Got 195. I'm selling Derrick Henry short with a lesser talented defense.
Yeah, but look at the game that New Orleans played against Dalvin Cook, for example. Dalvin Cook didn't have a great game against them, and they sold out. They're not a good defense, but they sold out on stopping the run, and they made Kirk Cousins beat it. He just happened to beat them. So I think it's going to be a similar type game.
Okay, who's the defensive coordinator for the Saints versus who's the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs? Are they on the same page?
Coordinator the Saints is.
You know what I'm saying? Are they on the same page? Are they going to do the same thing?
Well, the coordinators are not relevant in this situation.
Well, I mean, it has to be because you're talking about
knowing that
you're talking about two different defenses with two different teams that are playing two different teams.
I get what BF's saying, but
I get it too. But here's the thing: it's like when you have a running back who now has a target on his back. He very much is red dead target on his back.
Right.
That this is who we have to stop.
And like I said,
we can try to stop him and still play our regular defense. They were wrong. Baltimore, we can play our defense. We can try to stop them. They were wrong too. Now, you would think by now, after this happening twice, that the Chiefs are like, we have to stop. Like the mentality, but the mentality it has to change. It's not going to be, oh, we're going to try to stop him. We have to stop them.
Now I understand that. Now I got a question.
And that's
do we really think they have the talent to stop them?
It's not about talent. If you have the will to and you put in the effort to do it, you never know what may happen. They may stop him based on their will to do it. Their mentality.
I mean, let's be honest. These are all NFL players, and I'm sorry, but any NFL player that is a linebacker, defensive end, or defensive tackle that is in the area to tackle a running back will tackle him. Regardless, if you're throwing 8-10 bodies and that's all he sees, then you're gonna get tackled.
I think
that's what I'm saying all game.
I think Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense is enough to beat the Titans, probably by 2 touchdowns. But even then, Derrick Henry's getting at least 150. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. We're doing the picks Thursday, right?
Yeah. But I'm not saying that Derrick Henry's going to lead the Titans to the to the Super Bowl. No, I'm just saying he got 182 against one team.
Oh, okay.
And he got 195 against another. Now I'm selling them short by giving them 150 against a lesser defense.
Let me ask you this.
I think that's fair.
Let me ask you this. So, you think he's going to get? Do you think he'll get 150 in a loss?
Yes.
Now I'm not asking you. So you think, regardless of whether they win or lose, he's getting 150?
Yes.
Ooh, he's not gonna.
Now you got to think about it now. Now you got to think about it on the same token.
They have to keep the game close to they give him a shot. If you're saying that you think Kansas City could win by 2 touchdowns, they're gonna have to keep the game close in order to keep him on pace to get that 150. Because that's what that's what you're aiming for.
Let's say KC comes out, they have the ball first, score, boom, stop, right? Then they come out and score again. That's 14-zip. Then let's say the Titans get a field goal on the board, so it's 14-3. Boom, they come out another touchdown. At that point, it's going to be hard for him to get 150 because now Ryan Tannehill almost. I think
what'll happen is I don't think it'll be like a 3-and-out where they just score real fast.
Right.
I think you're gonna have a few drives where Derrick Henry gets like 40 yards rushing. Then another drive he'll get like another 25 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's gonna have like 4 or 5 drives where he gets anywhere between 20 and 40 yards rush. So even then, it's gonna be like the Chiefs are gonna bend, don't break, and they're gonna end up with field goals or maybe a touchdown or 2. But at the same time, soon as the Chiefs get the ball, they're not kicking field goals. They're getting touchdowns. So at the end of the day, you're going to get maybe like a 2 touchdown game, and most of the drives are going to be, I ain't going to say fairly long, but he's going to get a few chunks of yards. And he's going to get like 7, 8, maybe 10-yard runs. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of that, when it's time to get down to about the 30 or you get down to about the 25, they're going to get stopped, and then they're going to have to kick a field goal.
Now, to Baltimore's credit, they didn't give up a rushing touchdown to him in that game. They gave up a passing touchdown to him, and Tannehill threw 3 touchdowns of his own. And Tannehill was the one that rushed for a touchdown. So basically what I had said before that game for Tennessee, I had picked Baltimore in that game. for Tennessee to win that game, Tannehill had to do more, and that's what happened.
Now, if we're going to talk about Tannehill, I think Tannehill magic's run out. I think he'll probably do mediocre and try to do enough, or try to do more and end up getting a bunch of 3-and-outs, or turnover on downs, and maybe throw a pick.
I don't know, man.
I mean, no, you're right. I mean, I'm not saying that you're. I'm not saying that
arm
you're.
is fresh.
No, it's not
to everyone else.
It's not that I don't see where you're coming from. It's just it's one of those situations I'm looking at where Ryan Tannehill is on a team that's like us against the world.
Yep.
He's been balling out all season. Now it's like he finally has to step up. I feel like he's ready to. It's gonna be honestly. This is what I think. If the Chiefs stop Derrick Henry, basically, like let's say through the first quarter, he's not having the same dominant success he's been having.
Hold on a second, fellas. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut this light off real quick.
No, but it's like if let's say Derrick Henry doesn't have the same success in the first quarter that he's been having against the other teams, where literally he comes out just on a roll, and he has that one dominating run that demoralizes them, and they don't want to tackle him. Then it's going to be interesting to see if you're down 14-3, are you going to keep running the ball? Because it's like time will run out against the Chiefs. Time will run out quick.
Yeah,
so that's why I think is interesting.
And to tell you the truth, the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying before you go, DJ. Even at 14-3, I think they'll still try to run the ball. I think if it gets I think like maybe fourth quarter, let's say if it's 24. Or I'll say 28-10, then they'll try to throw. But I think the game is still going to be close enough for them to run the ball. And that's why I said their drives are going to be long because of the running game. It ain't going to be because of the passing game. And because of the runs that Derrick Henry he'll get 150. But, I mean, it'll be a losing effort.
To tell you the truth, like nobody's had to tackle somebody that big since Brandon Jacobs. I know Brandon Jacobs was the bigger running back of the two, so it's kind of funny that it's like we're seeing Brandon Jacobs 2.0, and I'm like, I hope he has a good game, but I don't expect him to have as much of a game as he did in the first two.
No, I don't think he does either. That's why I said 150. He's not going to be up in the 180.
No, but even so, I'm not even holding him to 150, even though he's rushed for over that as an average. I don't hold him to that for this game in the playoffs, because even the first 2 yardage amounts were unexpected.
I think in an AFC Championship game with a chance to go to a Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get to 100 yards. And it's not the Chiefs' defense skill. It's not anything about that. It's just the fact that when an NFL team focuses on literally stopping one player, and nobody's done that yet to him, I think that will be okay. Well, Ryan Tannehill beat us, and I think that will be the issue when he's not breaking off those long runs, and you start getting into 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, which they didn't really face much against them, against the Ravens, against the Titans. They didn't really face that. They faced 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. But when you start getting into 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7, that's when it's going to be like, okay, well, now Ryan Tannehill is going to have to beat us because we're trying to make you get to 3rd and long.
Right. I really want to see the Chiefs do this because their defense was suspect all year. If they couldn't stop regular running backs. But to stop this guy will be the incredible part.
Even with the schematics part about it, blocking wise, it's like the Chiefs. The Titans have had to block maybe just like for an individual lineman. He'll block the man in front of him, but he'll get a chance to shed him off to go to the second level, like almost every single time, which will help Derrick Henry get to that second level easily. So if you have the extra defenders, everyone's either going to be one-on-one, someone's going to be coming free, and that's basically what has to happen.
I think what ends up happening is, like, if Rashad Breeland gets stuck on Jones, that's that. I mean, the Chiefs, if they're running cover 0 and Rashad Breeland gets stuck on Jones,
that's the guy you want to target.
That's the guy that they need to say, okay, you know what? If we get the run game going, we're going play action.
Yeah,
and
Fuller,
we're going at this
Fuller,
dude.
Fuller on the other side is the better corner. I'm like, he was our nickel corner before we traded him for Alex Smith, which was still dumb to this day. We could have had Alex Smith for a draft pick, but all that, yeah, right. That's why we fired the guy, Bruce Allen, that bitch. But anyway, yeah. So they'll target Breland if they're in that man coverage, that zero coverage situation, trying to stop Derrick Henry, and it's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah, like I said, I think it will be too. Well, I don't think he's gonna have a spectacular game, but he will. You know, I think he'll have those numbers. Let me take my son downstairs. He about half asleep. If y'all want to lead into the Houston Astros, I'm pretty sure y'all want to talk about that. Y'all can talk about that real quick. Come on, baby.
Actually,
let me go downstairs.
Bring up
No?
the
All right,
what
I'll be
was
right
it?
back.
Yeah, let me bring up there, because some will say that this was a historic penalty. I'm mixed about it, and by the time Bills, if you've already have something pulled up, or I don't know if I shared it in the DMs.
We're talking about, what are we talking about here?
The Houston Astros, the punishment that
Okay.
that was levied on them.
I don't have anything up yet. I'm texting my manager back.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Chat, remember this is a Q&A. Anything you want to ask us, feel free. Yeah, Tuesdays are definitely an episode pretty much for y'all, where y'all ask any questions, anything on y'all's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think I had it. No.
Oh, we need to talk about this top 10 list for college football players.
Oh, we will.
That was some bullshit.
We will. Up there it is. I just had to pull it up from the Discord. What the hell? Oh, this person's tweets are protected now. Now I can't even access it. Great. Let's see. All right, so
I kind of remember what they got by heart. I know they had first and second round picks docked. Their manager and GM were suspended for a year. And shit, what was it? A $500 million fine? No, 50. What was it? $50 million.
It was $5 million. What you getting that 50 from is the tweet that I put out. I said I would have 50 between 20 to 50 million, which they said 5 million is the most they can find teams, which is ridiculous because you got players that make more than that per season. Damn. And definitely the teams are making hundreds and hundreds of millions. So if you take like 20 or 30 mil away, that'll let them know, like, hey. But even so, right now, I think we're waiting on some consequences for Alex Cora and Carlos Beltran. Because
what I missed?
We're talking about the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
Cora's been fired, by the way.
Yeah, Cora's been fired.
He got fired?
Okay.
They said mutually part ways, but come on.
It means he fired. All right. What did y'all say so far? Because
we were trying to pull up everything. Yeah.
All right. So what happened was, I'm eating. Hold on, y'all go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can tell. Mouth all full.
Now I went downstairs and my wife made some food. I was like, yeah, I got to get that. Well, anyway, what happened was they found out that not only that they were stealing signs, it was the way they were doing it. We all didn't know they had the camera all the way down that could see the entire field. They actually had a monitor in the dugout.
And they were using a trash can to make banging noises for certain pitches. That was the main thing that got caught.
Right, exactly. So they did that to tip off the batter what pitch was coming. Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, what was that when they played the Dodgers and they scored like 26 hits or something like that? Mm-hmm. I can't remember what game in that World Series when they just couldn't get them out or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like all of a sudden, these pitchers that are so good for the Dodgers, all of a sudden playing like shit. So it was, everything just kind of fell into place. And once they got all the evidence, they end up suspending him, which personally I think they should be banned for life. And they end up getting fired. So I didn't know if y'all knew or if our listeners knew that was the case.
Yeah, we in past episodes we've brought it up a couple of times. So I don't know if the same listener, or I would figure the same listeners that probably listened then probably are listening now. So it was good to bring everybody up to speed as far as what got us to this point. The funny thing is, my mixed portion was about the monetary amount of the fine. I think that they should go into their bylaws and change that out. $5 million is not enough. It's not enough. It doesn't really hurt a franchise if you fine them $5 million. It may hurt a player, but it's not going to hurt a franchise to punish them $5 million. But they did hurt them as far as any future considerations on the draft picks, the first and second rounds for like 2 years. Of course, the suspensions of the GM and the manager, which have both been fired by the Astros. There was something else. I thought there was something else that was included that didn't have anything to do with Alex Cora and Carlos Beltran. But
let me look.
I'm like, because I know this was being compared to the. I mean,
it looks like he's not gonna get. It looks like he's not gonna get punished.
Which is well.
You're talking about Cora, right?
No, Beltran. Cora's getting. Yeah, Cora's gonna get.
No, Beltran's probably not going to get punished. I can see because they already had an investigation on the Red Sox, right?
No, but it's not. No,
it's ongoing. Cora, but Beltran was on the thing. He's on the Astros.
Oh, he's on the Astros. I don't know why I thought Cora and Beltran was on the same team.
This is everything stemming from the Astros use of it. They already went through with the
so Cora was a coach and Beltran was a player on the Astros. They both were on the Astros.
But Cora didn't go to Cora didn't go to the Red Sox, did he?
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying. And he tried to pull that same scheme over there, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna get punished for both.
That's what I'm saying. That's how.
But Beltran apparently has, avoided it. At least as of right now.
Because what they're saying the reasoning was because he's not a player anymore. He was a player at the time.
Yeah.
So since he's not playing anymore, then it's just like whatever. But jokingly, somebody was like, "Well, his punishment is that he's managing the Mets." So hi, NY.
That's bad.
So
bad enough.
That's his punishment. Get the coach the Mets.
He should have went to what's the dude name? Robert Redford, the commissioner.
Oh, Manfred.
Manfred. Where the hell get Redford? That's Resident Evil.
You was thinking Bull Durham or something like that.
He should have went to the commissioner like, look, can I take the year suspension? Like, fuck, I didn't realize that this Mets job was just fucked up.
I was like, I got kids.
Don't put me out here on TV.
Like,
I gotta be on New York TV defending. I gotta be on New York TV defending these bums. I'll take the year, sir. But no, it's tragic all the way around for them to do that. I mean, they're blatantly cheating, and on top of that, for them to only get a year suspension is like unbelievable. Because I mean, I don't even follow my Braves like I should. But the Braves, what was that scouting guy or something? He got a ban for life for talking to his prospects.
I heard it was more than just talking; it was bribing.
They
wouldn't just fine him. They wouldn't just punish him, ban him for life for talking. He put some money on the table.
That's right. You're right.
Over the table and under the table.
And
it's funny because I know W. Kemp brought it up too, and trying to compare the two. And the way I saw it was that you had one situation that could affect player development, and which wouldn't directly result on the field because you're talking about prospects.
Whoa,
so those usually take time.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm looking at.
No. Wait a minute.
But the one I'm talking about is with the Braves.
Oh,
Are you fucking serious?
You way left field. You way left field, DJ.
Yo.
Wait, what happened, Bills?
Luke Kuechly retired?
Yeah, that's what I
What?
was looking at.
Holy shit.
Well, how am I in left field if
You still talking about baseball?
You know,
Yeah, because you brought up the Braves last.
Because we were looking at the chat when you said that.
Right.
That's why we were like, oh wow.
Yeah, I'm sitting there still just looking over with the baseball. So I'm not in left field. You guys are in left field.
No.
If you two were in left field, and if you two guys were talking about Luke Kuechly retiring, and we were just talking about baseball.
Look, I'll tell you,
fuck baseball right now. Fuck baseball right now.
No. Come on, no. We're not gonna do that. Just because.
We need to talk about this real quick.
No, we can talk about it after we finish this.
Well, no, we can talk about it after you finish. Now go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean,
hey, I'll tell you who ain't gonna be telling anybody to go left field, and that's fucking Alex Cora. His old sorry ass. He ain't worried about anybody in left field.
No, I think this is very interesting. So that's why I said I wanted to talk about this real quick. But go ahead.
Well, you know what? Let's go there.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, at 20, Ravens age today, he's 28 years old. He's kind of following a pattern of a player retiring before they reach the age of 30.
Right.
So to me, that's kind of like, well, okay. He wants to, he's really thinking about his future, which a lot of players tend to start thinking around 28, 29 years old.
I'm starting to think this is becoming a trend because you look at guys come out of college, and this is not even an injury thing when they come out of college. The first thing people say, leave college, get your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luke Kuechly had a rookie deal, and I'm pretty sure he made pretty good money on his the following deal. I think these guys are very financial savvy. They're probably putting their money in the right place compared to their 1990s, early 2000 players, even guys in the early 90s, late 80s. Mm-hmm. They're putting their money in places to where they're looking at the league, they're looking at the wear and tear on their body, they're looking at the possible signs of down the road CTE, and they're like, look, I invested this money in this, and this. I don't have to work for the rest of my life. And they're gone.
So I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think he's a Hall of Famer?
No.
Hold
on, time out. How many years he played?
Doesn't matter, no.
Remember we went over this and we thought a lot of people played a little bit of years, and then you find out that they played 10 damn years.
That's what I'm saying.
He played
6?
2012 to 2019.
6 years? 7 years?
Man, 7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team, 2-time tackles leader, defensive rookie of the year.
I will say this.
Defensive player of the year.
I'm not going to say.
I think he's in, bro.
I don't think he's sure, but I think he ends up getting in.
I think he should be in.
Yeah, I think he'll get in, but I don't think he'll be first ballot because of how short he played.
Definitely not first ballot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he'll get in, but no, I think if he played 3, maybe 4 more years, first ballot easily.
Yeah, he'll be waiting. He'll be waiting, but he's definitely in.
Because I think you're gonna have some writers, some people actually vote. They're gonna hold those 7 years against him, which is fine. I get it. Because when you think about Hall of Fame, you think about guys who played who were dominant for a long period of time. And when you look at the guys who are already in, who played for a long period of time, you look at a guy who comes in with 7 years, they're going to be like, you could have gave us 3 more. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's a knock on him. I just think that that's just how they're going to look at it. But let's get back to this whole thing about guys retiring early. Mm-hmm. You had Patrick Willis. You had obviously we had Andrew Luck.
Calvin Johnson. Shit. What was the other dude from the 49ers? He wasn't as high profile. Chris Borland, was that his name?
Think so.
Yeah.
He was another one. He had a damn good, I think, rookie year or second year, and then he just retired.
Yeah. Damn, my wife
Yeah,
can cook.
I
Shit.
think really it's just really players just honestly thinking about their future and really thinking like what was it? I don't know if he said this in a commercial or whatnot, but he was thinking about, well, I want to be able to move around with my kids. I mean, being able to play with them, being able to hold them. I don't want to be some broke up,
Right.
person. I can't, be active with my kids. It's more about, being with the family at that point. So,
Right. I mean, and see, that's the thing. That's the back end of it. Personally, I think it is. I really think, because you don't talk about people's money, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I think that a lot of these guys get this money from these contracts, and they're not hungry anymore. It society, the economy, just how the way the world in this country works. You can take that. Well, let's say Luke Kuechly got a pretty good deal. He got a good bit guaranteed. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he got 15 million guaranteed. He could put so much into that 15 million, flip it to the point where his grandkids don't have to work. So with that being said, it's like, yeah, I want to sit here and move around for my kids and do things with them for the rest of my life. I don't want to be crippled. But I think that's the secondary thought. I think the first thought is like, a lot of these guys are like, shit, I'm good. I don't need that third contract. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit around here looking like Adrian Peterson, looking for that next check. No knock against him, but you got to think about with him as well. He was a part of that era right before these guys. You see what I'm saying? He was that one generation right behind the Luke Kuechly's, the Patrick Willis, the Calvin Johnson. Well, him and Calvin Johnson came in the same time. But he's a part of that era where those contracts, and I like I said, I don't count people money, but he didn't put his money in the right place where these guys are doing now. Like, Calvin Johnson owns businesses. He has not a business, we have businesses. So for Ravens Nation to say Calvin Johnson's retirement was expected, the Lions weren't going nowhere. Listen, if it was about football and that man wanted to win, that man could have easily had another job somewhere.
Of course.
I mean, who's not going to sign Calvin Johnson? Let's be honest.
I mean, he spoke on what it was. He said it was he had a nagging injury in his foot and his ankle, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Right, and that's just an ankle injury. That's something that he literally could have went. Let's say he could have went to Contender, took shots for 16 games, and probably would have won the Super Bowl, then went home.
Or took a year off, because you can retire, sit a year out, and then you could play for any team, but you can't play the very next year with a different team.
So it was like I said, I honestly believe the injuries, unless if it's nagging like Andrew Luck, I mean, obviously, when it was a shocker to a lot of people, but when I noticed that he retired, I was like, oh shit, he retired. But then I thought about this dude has some real fucked up injuries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, on the surface it was shocking, but then when you sit back for about 15 minutes and think about it, yeah, I'm actually surprised he's standing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like Tadal said as well, right here in the cut, it's a lottery ticket. It literally is. Once you get past that rookie contract and say that next one is for 5 or 6 years, after you're done in year 3, year 4 of that second contract, you can make a case where fuck this, I'm good. Look at great segue. Look at Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, as far as his off the field problems, he literally made enough money not to do anything else for the rest of his life. You kind of see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not comparing Luke Kuechly to AB, but when you look at the contracts, it's like the same thing. He got that contract. He played a good bit. AB even said it in his in an interview not too long ago. He's like, "Look, I made enough money. I don't have to do. I don't need football." I mean, I know he was saying it in a asinine way, but in a literal sense, he made enough guaranteed money. He don't. You know what I mean?
Well, AB's situation is that he can't control what he does. He's obviously brain damaged to the point where he's a ticking time bomb, and he just needs.
That's not funny.
Well, what happened?
No, when you said brain damage, I just got the chuckles. I'm going to hell.
Anyway, he's at a point where like he needs serious intervention. He probably was an asshole before this, but he now he can't control being an asshole, and now he definitely needs the help that he's not getting for some reason. But it's just sad that when we're talking about early retirements and stuff like that, there's stuff that happens while you're playing, while you're in the prime of when you're playing, that may affect you later on down the road. And like I said, the case of the hit that Burfict put on him was that defining moment for him, because somebody on Twitter said it best. Like I was saying earlier, he was an asshole beforehand, but he could hide it better than he does now. Now it's just
said it the best. Ryan Clark said it the best.
And how do you say it?
Ryan Clark said when he was playing for the Steelers, and they was in training or practice or whatever, he saw how Antonio Brown was acting, and Ryan Clark told either a coordinator or he told what's his name at the time? What's that coach? The coach for the team, Tomlin.
Oh, Tomlin.
He told him. He said, "Don't give that kid no money. You sign him, you give him money, he's gonna become a monster." And lo and behold, I guess he saw the tame asshole that you were talking about, DJ. But I think that Vontaze Burfict hit took him over the top. I ain't gonna lie. Every time when I hear him doing something, I always think about that hit and that gift.
Because here's the thing that I'm looking at. I'm here like the IG live post, which I'm going to hell too. I thought that shit was funny as hell. But he was slurring his speech. That has to be some form of brain damage to form all the hits to his head had to form a speech impediment in him, because he's literally talking like 50 Cent right now.
You can tell Ravens Nation is a fucking Ravens fan.
He's like trolling like a motherfucker.
Shoot, he was trolling on Discord. Or what was it? Yeah, was it last night during the national championship game? Yeah, he was definitely trolling. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back.
What are your thoughts? I know you say you ain't got much about this. But what are your thoughts about AB? I know you say you had much, but come on, man. Let us know.
It just gets to the point where I can't even entertain it anymore.
Hold on, man. What the fuck is wrong with Pooh?
That's what I'm saying. Are you looking at it too?
Wait, what? Okay. Fucking
don't worry about that.
First and Framerates. Oh God, you. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You ain't got nothing to say?
Bro, I don't know what to say. I honestly, it's sad at this point.
That's where I'm at too. I think it's just truly sad. And the thing is that even though we can crack all these jokes and ridicule him for everything that he's doing, but he's doing it because he can't help himself.
I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with AB. Antonio Brown is the first that I can remember. He's the first athlete that fell victim to social media. We all talk about what if social media was back in the 90s and the early 2000s and what will players do. I'm not saying that those players
think he was the first?
No,
I
honestly,
don't
I
even
believe.
think he was a victim of social media.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying like a victim of social media, like you getting owned by people on Twitter because you
You
said something
realize social
stupid.
media was also the newspaper back in the day.
Right,
And
I get
people
it,
got
but what I'm saying
roasted
is, I'm talking about
in the opinion articles.
yeah, but I'm saying that's one thing to get roasted on social media, roasted in opinion articles. Somebody says something because you said something stupid, so the clap back was something serious.
Remember,
I
we
get
still
that.
had internet while we were going through high school.
I think, yeah, but I don't.
But I think that I think he's a victim of social media because he let the AB on social media consume who he is. It's like, have you ever heard that? What's the new root of all evil? Like,
Attention.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I think he fell victim to that. This
I'll be
nigga
honest.
on
No,
Twitter.
I think you fell victim of being brain damaged.
I
That's
don't-
what
No,
happened. That's what really
no,
happened.
no, DJ. I'm not
And
disagreeing
after
with
that,
that.
he couldn't help himself to
I
anything.
think
I'm not disagreeing with that, DJ. I'm really not. I'm not. I'm just saying that I just think that the attention that he's getting on social media is making him worse.
I don't.
I'm not.
I don't
I don't
think
know. I don't know. I think he's
think-
the first athlete that let this consume him.
Him being brain damaged that had nothing to do with him letting. He
well,
can't help himself now.
Just,
Well,
okay, all right.
there-
Let's put it
there's a
like
couple-
this.
there's a
Let's
couple
put it like
things.
this. Let's put it like we don't know for certain that he's brain damaged.
I would go. I would go completely against saying he is.
You see, I'm not going to say that he is.
I don't think. I don't think he is at all.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think
I think he is.
That's fine.
down the road, I wouldn't be surprised if they.
All three of us are not doctors. Clearly, we're all.
Of course.
This is speculation, but we all have different opinions. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think he has brain damage. I think the issue is he had a very toxic situation in Pittsburgh, and his career sort of went spiraling downhill from that point to the point where he had to go to the one place that he considers his salvation, where everybody will kind of
right.
Agree with him, and he'll be in good standing with his followers. Right. And that's sort of his salvation in his brain. That's why every time anything happened with the Raiders, he would go to social media. I don't think it's brain damage. I think it is opportunistic posting, and I think it is him trying to stay sane by going back to his followers and showing out for them. I don't think it has anything to do with brain damage. I think that he would still be on the Patriots if he didn't do that dumb shit that he did. But also at the same time, I think that the Patriots should have kept him because, I mean, honestly, I think when you're winning and
From
you're
a
playing,
football standpoint, I get you.
But also, Tom Brady had him in a place where he kept his fucking mouth shut. He showed up to practice. He played. And we never saw how that was going to mature, but we know that him and Tom Brady have a great relationship. I think he needs stabilization. He doesn't need a coon-ass coach like Mike Tomlin who's sucking up and brown-nosing and getting on his knees with fucking knee pads so he won't scrape his damn knees to suck off Big Ben every chance he gets. I don't think he needs that. I think he needs stability in the organization, and he needs football. Even though he doesn't monetarily need football, he mentally needs football.
Yeah, I agree with that. He does. And like I said, I think that, like you said earlier, about that's his safe haven where people can follow him and they feel that they can, give him support. That's the downside of social media. People don't need that kind of support because, and I'm talking in all seriousness, no, I don't want to do this. I really don't. Remember Etika? I'm not saying that.
I didn't really follow him. But I know what happened to him, and
right.
I know not everything, but recent stuff that happened that led to him
his death.
His death, basically.
And I'm not.
Basically, I didn't really follow him. I didn't really follow along with it until it was at first it was reported it was like somebody had disappeared, and all of a sudden people started talking. It's like, oh, this guy, has anybody seen this guy? And now all of a sudden the guy's dead, and it was like, whoa, good grief.
Right.
So
and see, that's the thing. I don't want to put that on AB, but it's a cry for help. Regardless how people may look at it, so somebody needs to sit him down and like literally talk to him. And the people that's around him ain't doing it, because when he had this outburst recently, the guys next to him was like egging it on like it was cool.
And
But
they were filming too.
But you know what though? I was watching a video. I don't know if y'all know who Chael Sonnen is. Chael Sonnen is he's a former MMA fighter. He made a very good point when he said famous people, like, fame is a drug, right?
Yes.
Fame, much like attention, is a drug, but fame is worse than attention, because attention could be anything. Fame is a very specific drug. So he talked about when an athlete or any celebrity is away from their particular field of what they do, and they kind of like, it's a drug. They need to stay relevant in some way, somehow. That's why I say I think he needs football. He's trying to stay in the back of people's minds. And I think it's very hard when you have nothing to occupy yourself away from that game. It's hard to do anything when you're used to everybody caring about AB. I mean, it's as weird as it sounds, that's fame. That's fame. And it's like, it doesn't matter whether somebody's negatively talking about them or positively talking about. Once shit goes silent, they just want somebody to give a fuck. And that's the unfortunate part.
But see, this is the thing. Ravens Nation, I'm going to get to you, Pooh, in a second. Ravens Nation, he said, he threw a bag of dicks at his baby mama and recorded it. He loves it too. And not only that, what's the other one that he put? There you go. He wants support. Go see a therapist. Talk to. You got to understand, when somebody's going through this, they don't just get up and go. Somebody has to intervene. You know, the person who's acting out and doing this, they're not going to go and just go get help. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. I don't think Derrick Henry, I'm reading this right here. I don't think AB is going to go that route that Etika did, but it's very similar. You know, you get that attention from social media and you act out so everybody can see it. The attention is there. It's the right person needs to sit him down. And I don't think the right person has yet.
Can we be honest? This go to the therapist shit, like, people gotta stop. Okay? Because quite frankly, I don't think everybody's comfortable with going to talk to a fucking stranger about their life.
Right.
And that's just the reality of it.
Wait a second. You mean directly going to a stranger or indirectly? Because going to social media is indirectly going to millions.
Hey, DJ, that's a great point.
That's
a million strangers.
That's a great point.
And it's like everyone becomes
that's not talking. That's interacting.
Therapist at that point.
That's not talking as much as it's interacting, and that doesn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Direct versus indirect.
But that's clear what I was saying. It has to be direct, obviously. Because indirect communication, he's been having that for the longest time.
Right.
What I'm saying is, going to a therapist, everybody's not comfortable with that. You're going to talk to a fucking stranger who doesn't give a shit about your problems, quite frankly. They're getting paid to listen. They're getting paid to listen, and they're getting paid to give you advice based on what they've gone to school for, which is not the same as talking to somebody who actually does give a fuck. So everybody who talks about, they always say, well, why don't you go to a therapist? Well, why don't you go see a shrink? I mean, seriously, stop. It's not that simple.
Well, the people,
and I'm not a person who ever needs to go and talk to anybody about my feelings and shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you one thing,
know that a lot of people struggle with talking to strangers about shit that's very personal to them, or that honestly they're self-conscious about.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about it, I'm gonna be honest. there are some that do really good with this therapist stuff. They go to school for it. They're good for it. Some people aren't comfortable with going to talk to people, and I get it. But if you can find the right one, it can really turn people's lives around. I mean, I'm not going to shit on therapists because, I mean, I don't go to them or anything like that, but I know that there's somebody that are really good at their job. But maybe something, but also sometimes some people are more likely to open up to somebody that they don't know compared to somebody that they do because that person may judge them. And it's one of the reasons why they don't open up to begin with.
It's true, but also if you feel like there's no empathy on the other side, it does no good.
But
And
you
it's
know
just
what?
like,
But then again, Bills, it just depends on how good that therapist is.
it does, but well, go ahead, DJ.
In a way, somebody close to him has to be that one to stop enabling
Right.
him
I agree.
to be that connector, that mediator that gets him to the point of being comfortable, of being able to talk, to go to somebody.
Hey.
What?
Y'all read that banner. That banner's the shit right now.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, hey, here's another thing that we don't know. Another thing we don't know is
that banner's the GOAT.
no, but another thing we don't know is we don't know his situation with the custody of his kids either. That'll make a man go crazy.
Yeah, that's
everybody
true.
talking about how he acted in that video. I mean, it'll make a man go crazy if you don't have custody of your kids.
The way it looked like was that the way it depends on how it's reported. I'm like, the way it looked like that he was evicted. One reported that he was evicting her from the house, and he called the police because she was trying to. One was pointing she was trying to steal a Bentley or whatever.
I think I know what happened.
If to me, I would think that would probably be like a typical, like, if you have two sides that are beefing, one's coming up to pick up the kids, and it's just like, I brought the cops with me.
I think I know what happened. I think this bitch went over there and started some shit.
Hey man.
No, fuck that. Fuck
no,
that.
I'm just messing with you.
I think this bitch went over there and started some shit. And he said, fuck it. You know what? I'm not gonna get myself in this situation. I'm gonna call the cops. Cops got there, and because she was a woman, they wouldn't do shit. So he said, "What the fuck y'all here for? Get the fuck out of my." So I think
ask that question of why all of a sudden he felt like he was being antagonized by the police. You just broke it down.
So I think that's honestly what might have happened. She seems like a toxic female herself.
The nigga said dumb gummy worms. No. Trust me, it's not one-sided. I can promise you that it's not. And I'm not saying this to bash women or whatever, but men don't act like the way AB's acting unless it's the feeling or the energy is mutual on the other side. Because men in general, when they get into situations like this and they have problems with their significant other, they don't usually act this emotional. They usually just say, fuck it, I don't want nothing to do with this.
And let's be honest, you can almost tell that she's trying to like turn the kids against him, because by the time the video gets to a certain point, the kid's out there, he's on the fucking porch.
Right.
And it's like, I think that's really what it comes down to, is she's fucking either with the custody of the kids or just fucking with him, period. I'm not going to cast aspersions to say it's one person only. I think it goes both ways. And it does. I think it is. It looks like it is going both ways. But for us to just constantly talk about him, we also have to understand that she's playing a role in this too. Okay, now you want to talk about a bomb ass banner. I'll give you that one right there. That's a pretty bomb ass banner. Yeah, this banner is left the breakdowns to break down the sports. That's actually pretty. Yeah, that's the shit. I fuck with that. I was laughing. I fuck with that. Yeah, that's the GOAT. But no, anyway, he's I don't know, bro. I think he would be a lot more stable, and he seemed like he was a lot more stable when he was around his kids and he was on a football team.
Y'all give me one. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna be
Well,
right back.
KB3 is going crazy.
I know you hear that, right? I gotta find out what's going on.
But you know what?
I'll be right back.
You know what kids represent. They don't judge. I'm like, they don't have the. It's not instinct to judge. It's the unconditional,
Yes,
non-judgmental instinct.
kids and animals.
Right. So it's just like that's why it's like when you want kids to be a certain way, you better teach them while they're young. If they want to learn a different language, you better get to them early because
So,
it sticks with them.
and I think another thing, another thing that AB does is, I think the reason he runs the social media also is because it's almost like he always finds himself in a position where he has to absolve himself because nobody else is really doing it. So it's like every time that anything pops up with AB, he's almost always in the wrong. And I actually blame the Steelers for that. Because it started with them. They lied about him skipping practice. They never confirmed that.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ben was throwing him under the bus. And AB said, "Excuse me, you threw a bad pass too. So you have some blame to take." And then Mike Tomlin went and threw him under the bus. And it's a pattern because they threw Le'Veon Bell under the bus too. So I think this whole blame AB shit, that shit started in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
because go ahead.
Yeah, because he was doing the very thing that most people do when a whole bunch of people start like throwing you under the bus. After a while, you can't take no more. You laugh.
I have to defend myself.
Yeah.
And he left Pittsburgh with the reputation of, well, this guy's an issue. It's like, no. Everybody kowtows to Big Ben. He never gets any blame for anything. Mm. And like I said, Le'Veon Bell situation, the AB situation, the Juju situation. It's never about Big Ben playing like shit or Big Ben taking responsibility. He can take all the shots in the media that he wants to, but let AB respond, and he's the bad guy. So I think that's where it started. And now ever since then, it started an epidemic of him feeling like he has to defend himself, which is unfortunate. Because what he's done is he's kind of worked himself he's backed himself into a corner where it's like now, because he's lashed out so much, nobody can come to his defense because it's almost like they'll ruin their credibility at that point. Mm. Like me, people said I was defending AB. It's like I wasn't really defending AB when I talked about the Raiders or the Steelers situation. I was just telling the facts of what happened. But even then, it's like when you see how much shit he does and how much he acts out, it's like if you even speak impartially about it, it's almost like you're defending him.
Well, we're in that adversarial type of society where you got to be on this side or this side. You can't be in the middle looking at both sides and having a balanced view. So
right.
And that's unfortunate. You know, social media is like that. I know there was a person that had an issue with me, you know, talking about Trump in a balanced view, and it was just like,
I remember
I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna delete you off any of my social medias. I'm like, you know what? That's cool.
Right.
All right, I'm back. What I miss?
Just kind of wrapping up the AB subject.
Yeah.
Oh. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, I love y'all, boy, because without y'all, this podcast be in shambles.
And without
man, let me tell you,
we wouldn't have any fourth panelist input.
Right. My son is upset because he didn't want to put on the shirt.
Hey, man.
My wife likes to sleep with the air conditioner on. He needs the shirt on.
I don't blame her, yo. I can't sleep in hot environments, bro.
Yeah, she can't do it either.
What it is, I'm like, it's got to be. Let's see, I say perfect while I'm awake, about 70 degrees.
So I'm literally like in a Georgia Southern sweater like all night. It's just ridiculously cold. But
your body's it can sleep better when it's cold. That's the way it's supposed to be. Your body's supposed to naturally cool down when you're just trying to rest.
Dude, when I was in the hospital, I couldn't sleep for shit, bro, because it was hot as hell in there.
Really?
They had the heat blasting in there.
In a hospital?
In my room, yeah.
That's like the worst time to have heat.
I was about to say that's kind of odd.
And I can't sleep on.
Normally hospitals are cold.
And I can't sleep on my back as it is. I can't sleep. I don't know what it is. I can't fall asleep on my back. I just can't.
Oh, it's because the
Because you're a guy.
no.
What?
All right, VFL.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'm not repeating that. Y'all got to rewind this bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about a little bit of gaming, man. Let's talk about the Xbox One X with no DJ, they say your audio is low.
Yeah, because I speak low.
Oh, well, anyway.
It sounds like you're kind of far away from.
Yeah. I actually moved away from the mic a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was leaning back in the chair. But, hold on, let me move this mic.
Pooh said, boost your mic, fam.
To boost your chair, Pooh.
Oh.
The Xbox One Series X, they're talking about not having exclusives. What are your thoughts about that? Is that a good move, or that's terrible? Because they're basically gonna put all their exclusives on the Xbox One X as well. So
it's the same. Since they're combining, to me it's about combining their whole ecosystem of Microsoft products and Xbox. So the fact that they're spending the first year or two, which is actually typical of a lot of consoles when they switch to a new gen, that they spend a little time instead of making two separate games, for each generation of console, they're supporting both consoles with just one game that's playable on both, especially when you have backwards compatibility. So the cost efficiency on this is actually pretty good.
I think when you really think about it, it's actually a good move for players to stay together. But when you look at it from a power standpoint, you want it to be where you want games to take 100%, advantage of the new console. Me personally, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. All I know is, personally, I would like to have Halo Infinite be on the Windows Store, and they need to put Halo 5 on the Windows Store, because I don't necessarily have any reason to get an Xbox Series X, and I don't know if I'm going to get Halo Infinite and a console for that one game. I may end up going back and get a PS4 and an Xbox One X once they're like really cheap, just to have them in here in the room or whatever. But as far as getting the consoles to play, I need like the Dreamcast type launch for me to buy a console, because I don't know. I know DJ was around. I know Bill's probably still playing PlayStation 1 back then. But when the Dreamcast launched, I think they had like 14 exclusives?
Oh yeah.
They had like 14 or 15 like exclusives that you can't get those nowhere else. Like,
well, anything that was branded Sega, that was the main thing. Anything that was branded Sega was on the Dreamcast, and it wasn't anyplace else.
And I think they had a couple of other games that wasn't Sega. Sega branded was exclusive to, I can't remember the whole lineup, but I know they end up having like somewhere between 14 and 18 straight exclusives only on the Dreamcast. Now that would make me want to go buy a console's day one at this point, because I remember I was one of those 4 people that got the PS3 at launch at $6.99, and I literally had no PS3 games to play. I took it home and went to play PS2 games on, and I thought I was the shit.
That's funny, because I didn't get the PS3 until the end of its cycle.
Right. See, I was one of those cats that got the 60 gig. I was in line at Best Buy, and back then they didn't tell people how many they had in the store. I guess they were scared of people bum rushing or whatever. And I was like number 4 in line, and they only had 6 in the Best Buy. So I was lucky because me and my cousin was there, and as soon as I got mine, the dude said, like, I think they only got a couple left. By then, I got in his car, and we was gone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hated the PS3.
Yeah, when you really look back at it.
I did not like it. I was so unenthused about it. I'm like, I have everything I need on the Xbox 360. I'm not buying a PS3 to play MLB The Show. There was no other game that was going to convince me that I needed a PS3.
Right. And I understand that. I didn't like the PS3 at launch either because I felt like I got a upscale PS2, upscale PS1. The games that came out when the first couple of years, they were like really trash. You know, I didn't like it. And I didn't really like the PS3 until around right before PlayStation Plus came out.
I think the interface was just whack too, though. It's just very plain and dull.
Yeah, it was. It was very plain. I didn't too much care. I didn't really look at it like that. I was just trying to play the games, and like all the good games was on the. I ain't gonna say the good games, but all the better running games was on the 360. I mean, around 07, 08, nobody was trying to play Madden 08, not on PS3. It was horrible.
God, try to play APF on a PS3.
Right.
Ugh,
it was horrible. They didn't catch up. They didn't catch up to probably like what, Madden 09 or Madden 10? I mean, because those games was running at 60 frames and the PS3 was at 30. And back then, we didn't really care about frame rate, but you knew something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You knew something wasn't. I was like, wait a minute, this game just feels sluggish. And then when you get APF graphically surpassed Madden. Because Madden was running 720p. APF was running 1080p 60, which was unheard of back in 2007. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to think about it. The PS4 Pro and even some games on Xbox One X still have problems running games natively 1080p 60. So to have APF doing that back in 07, that just tells you how far ahead of a time 360 was. Right. You know what I mean? But with the Series X, I think I kind of agree with DJ. It is not that big of a deal. I think from a strategic standpoint, it was just to keep everybody together. Nobody being left behind. And on top of that, the fact that the Xbox One X is a mid-gen refresh, some people could have bought that for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Some people could have bought it 2 Christmases ago. And then you turn around, they got to buy another console right away. That's the same type of shit that killed the Sega Saturn. I mean, you can't buy a Genesis, then a Sega CD, then a 32X, and then the 32X literally came out in the US the same day that the Saturn came out in Japan. It's like, the fuck are you doing? If it come out in Japan, you know it's coming to the US in some months. And after that,
wait a minute. This motherfucker said I'm going to Sandusky. Why am I just now seeing this?
What are you talking about?
The Discord.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. You didn't hear about the Penn State thing, did you?
I heard of it, but I didn't hear that quote. I'm going to Sandusky. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was a part of the. Yeah.
Man.
That was a part of the hazing.
Man.
And I meant to put that in the title because I wanted to talk about that. Clearly, there's a lawsuit. Alleges Penn State players took part in graphic hazing, and James Franklin. Oh God, no, he didn't. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. He did. Please tell me he didn't do this. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Hold on a second, because if he did this, he might be done. Where is okay?
That's wild.
Yeah, let's see. Share screen.
Wow. Actions included wrestling.
Wait a minute. Let me pull it up first.
This is crazy. Yeah, that shit's gay.
Yeah, that is straight up gay. Do that on in the
Wrestling underclassmen to ground while maintaining restraint, simulating a humping act. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's see.
bagging people.
Stroking the. All right, yeah, I'm good here. All right.
I'm trying to see what the allegation because I don't know what link you got.
I got the ESPN.
Okay, because I got the post Gazette.
Yeah, I pulled the link straight from TMZ, so I'm looking at it now.
All right, hold on. Let me pull that up. Because if he ignored this shit, that he could be in trouble. Like he could lose his job.
Who's like, I'm going to Penn State after this.
Oh
man, why you do that, man? Like
see,
that?
come on, man.
Why you do that, man?
Come on, man. All right, he just wanted to know what a condom tastes like. All right, man.
He'll find out if he goes to Penn State.
No, the
He
fuck
sure will.
No, the fuck you won't. There's like a lot of bareback action going on over there.
Okay, let's see. Isaiah Humphries is a defensive back. He had a full scholarship in 2018. Let's see.
Who said major in being a minor? What?
Wow.
According to Humphries' lawsuit, the upperclassmen intended to make the new guys their bitch from the get-go, telling them this is prison.
Why is it all black dudes though? Come on, man.
Then James Franklin is black. He also claims that an upperclassman made threats against the new guys, saying things like, "I'm going to." I can't say that. I mean, I can say the F word, but no. Okay, you're going to read that. Read that. Okay, go ahead and read that.
Blow it up. Good. Blow it up.
He's saying. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, blow it up.
Read that right there. Just read that quote right there.
Shit.
Just read that quote right there.
DJ, can you see that?
I can see it, but I'm not reading it.
I can't see it, so I'm gonna assume I can't say it. So good. I'm gonna assume I can't say
it. Bro. There you go. Can you see it now?
Oh wow! Wow!
Yeah. Read that.
Yeah, I saw that before he zoomed.
He said he's going to
Yeah, exactly. Read that.
He's going to penetrate
a guy.
I am not gay.
I am not gay. Oh, that's that's behind the scenes.
Oh my god.
That's an inside joke.
I forgot completely. Oh my god.
Let's see. The allegations get much worse. Here's from the lawsuit. The upperclassmen. Let me blow this up so everybody can see, including Bills. Said the upperclassmen wrestled lower classmen. Places genitals in the face of lower classmen.
Come on, man.
An upperclassman would hold down lower classmen, present his.
Wow, you can't even say
man, come on.
I can't say that, bro.
Man, come on, man.
I can't say it, man. I'm good. I'm good.
And stroked his junk in front of him. That's what
man.
Humphries claims that an upperclassman will put his.
Wow.
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead, DJ. Be the translator.
Wait, which one were you on?
The third one.
Okay, Humphries claims that upperclassman will put his junk on somebody's donkey, upperclassman, and stroke again and simulate choking the chicken. There you go.
That's wild.
All right, we're done here. Stop sharing that shit. We're good. I'm good.
That's
All right, timeout, Pooh. Come on now.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. Ravens, they said, I'm not even going here. Thank you. And he said, I'm not even here.
That's crazy, man.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. All serious, all jokes to the left. If James Franklin knew about this, at any other school, he'll probably be all right. But
not
the fact
this school. Not this school.
Exactly.
Especially
not this one, yeah.
Not this one. If you were at, if you was at,
Miss
Wisconsin,
yeah,
you was at Wisconsin State or something like that, if that's a school. I mean, if you was like at any other school, they're probably like, you know what? We don't accept this. You're going to be suspended for the first 8 games of the season. Yeah, find somebody else to coach. But it's Penn State. He can lose his job.
Oh, God.
Do you not know what donkey is?
No, it's just the way you said it.
James Franklin pulled a Urban Meyer. I wasn't here.
But see, but that's the thing, though, man.
Are they still suffering from the Sandusky punishment?
I think they just barely.
They just got their scholarships back last year or
2 years ago.
It was like last year, or the year before. Yeah, they just got their scholarships back. And mind you, they paid a $60 million fine.
And
they paid more than Houston paid for their cheating.
Wait, and I'm trying to think. If I'm not mistaken, the graduating class of, I want to say, last year was the first one, like, I guess, off of probation. I want to say,
yeah. I think the last graduating class just left last year or something like that.
And I think Saquon's half of his stint there, they weren't bowl eligible.
Yeah, they just became bowl, because what they did was, remember, they lifted some of the sanctions. Like, they still had less scholarships. They still I think they still had to pay. I know they paid the fine up front, but I think they alleviated the bowls. I think they was able to go back to bowls. It was either the bowls and the Big Ten championship.
Well, they're going right back in that motherfucker.
Yeah, but they still was I think they still wasn't eligible for something. I know they lost their they still lost their scholarships, but they was able to go to bowls in the championship game.
They thought they could turn Penn State into the state pen.
Man, yo, let me tell you something. If James Franklin didn't know about this, I'd make these motherfuckers disappear, bro.
Right.
He was supposed to be the coach that turns everything around.
I mean, he did a good job.
There had to have been some white players involved.
This is what I'm about to say. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The fact that he's an African American coach, then you have only African American players a part of this,
right? Yeah.
And then it's Penn State. They're not gonna let that fly, man. The AD gonna go hard. He gonna come down hard on. Well, that don't even sound right.
I was about to say. Well, I mean. Oh my god.
This is just horrible.
Yeah, he's really gonna drop the hammer on Penn State, man.
That's a better way to put it.
No, it's not.
Well, what kind of hammer you? You know what?
What kind of hammer are they?
I was about to say, because at first I was actually thinking about thinking about the actual. I can't even say it without being in.
Wow.
The heavy hand of the law, man. The heavy hand of the law.
As long as they don't have a grasp on you.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll tell you, a couple of these guys' heavy hands did have a grasp on something.
Look, anybody who just came in here, if y'all listening to this, know that these are just jokes. We're not serious. We know this is a serious matter, but Jesus Christ, sometimes you just gotta laugh. Like,
you gotta laugh at something. I mean, really? I mean, let's think about it.
Too. They act like it was the state prison in that.
But just think about it. Of all schools,
man,
really? Of all schools,
but here's my question.
And to mention the
man, but here
I'm gonna Sandusky you. Wow.
Here's my question though. Here's my now that's what makes it so bad is the fact that he says I'm going to Sandusky you, and that shit literally happened at the school that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so bad.
Of all places,
that's why you be in Indiana, and the head coach. All right, you fuck up one more call, ref, and I'm a Bobby Knight you.
Right.
It's like fuck, like. Oh man, this is bad. This is so bad. Because it's like, okay, let's say it was only those four. They're like, y'all are outnumbered. Somebody has to step up and be like, this is bullshit.
That was a whole team effort.
No, well, there were a lot of followers.
It was a whole
That's
team
all I'm
effort.
gonna say. There were the jokes write themselves.
That's what I'm saying. They do.
But not. I think that there were a lot of followers in this that
sure.
Oh, I agree.
that didn't step up and say, "Nah, this is bullshit. Y'all need to stop." And they just
took it too.
You know what?
Look, man. Yo, what if Sandusky put him up to it?
How does Sandusky do that? He's locked up.
Yeah, he's locked up, but I mean, shit, you can communicate from inside. Oh,
Damn.
see, that didn't. Damn, I didn't even think about that before. Oh,
I mean, the fact that hold on. First of all, the fact that James Franklin is talking to Sandusky to begin with, that's a problem.
It's like we're gonna run these games.
Well, I mean, hey, look, Sandusky. In all seriousness, he worked with the younger kids when they played in, I guess, Pop Warner football or whatever.
With these younger.
No, but I'm saying when he was doing a Pop Warner football thing, and then a lot of the kids ended up going. Oh my god!
But in other words,
but they ended up going to Penn State. So how are we to know that these aren't kids that he possibly coached? No, but how are we to know that these aren't kids that he possibly to do this?
You know what? You're right. You're right because
kids in the A apparently.
You're right. You're right because when Sandusky got in trouble, some of these guys that are at Penn State now were the little kids.
And he was saying, look, if you don't do this, you're not going to get a scholarship here and whatever, you're going to be off the team. That's what he was threatening them with. So,
you know what? All jokes aside, though, Sandusky do have a pretty decent football mind, so he does have an eye for talent. I don't know about that other type of talent, though.
Yeah, man, all right, come on, man. Yo, I guarantee you there's a parent somewhere right now. You're never listening to the First and Framerates podcast again.
You're probably right about that, too.
You're talking about fucking kids in the ass.
What? I thought this was about sports and sports gaming. What the fuck is this?
Oh, my God.
Mom, I promise you, they was just talking about the Xbox and no exclusives.
Little Billy, close the laptop, little Billy.
Yeah, go ahead and close. Go ahead and cut off the tablet. Cut off the tablet.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, we done lost it. We done lost the sub. We done lost. Yeah, we done lost the sub. Damn.
They're probably secretly joining the Discord and shit under aliases, trying to see what we're talking about in there.
You know what?
God.
I saw this on Twitter and I thought this was awesome. And Pooh put it in the chat. Somebody put this on Twitter. He said, Penn State University, the only place where you can major in being a minor.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That's so bad. That is so fucking bad.
That said that.
I think he might have quoted. I think he might have quoted Ravens. Yeah, he quoted Ravens.
He quoted somebody on Twitter. I saw some dude on Twitter put that up there earlier.
Yeah, said that earlier.
Major in being a minor. That's damn. Wow.
That's crazy. What else y'all got? Y'all want to do a quick Q&A before we go?
I've been asking for questions for some time now.
Yeah, and nobody in the chat is asking any questions.
How do I stop my kid from getting raped if he goes to Penn State?
Well, don't take him to Penn State. That's how.
Yeah.
Shit. Keep his ass out of the state.
You know, I really feel bad for James Frank. James Frank, I don't feel bad for him.
I can't feel bad for him yet because I don't know what his involvement was here.
Wait a minute. Here's a good question. Okay, Tadao 52. Says,
okay, what do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about the Falcons unveiling new uniforms in April?
I like the colors red and black. I got a feeling that they're gonna be good. I need to know who's doing the uniforms because the people who did the New York Jets one do not need to do the Falcons ones.
I thought you were gonna say they need to unveil a new coach.
Well, that too.
That's what you were gonna say.
But
go back to the classic '90s.
Yeah, I remember. I saw you put that on Twitter.
Those black ones were dope, yo.
I saw you put that on Twitter, and
those black ones are dope.
I think they may. My guess. I think they will make uniforms that pay homage to those old uniforms, but I don't think they're gonna go 100% back to them.
Do you think they'll change the helmet?
They can't have the white pants though.
You think they'll change the helmet because? I mean, what did they used to have? A red one, right?
No, they used to have like the old basic white silhouette one.
I thought they had a red one though.
No, they had the red helmet.
That's what I'm saying. I thought they had.
You said that. I thought you meant the logo. My bad.
No.
And then they switched to all black with the white outline.
I would have switched the logo. The logo's dope. You know,
I like the logo.
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind the red helmet because
Right.
I like the red helmet that they use on
As an alternate, right?
Yeah, that's an alternate. That's a retro alternate because they used to have those red helmets back in the 70s.
Well, they had those for early portion of the 90s too.
Yeah, the 90s uniforms were nice, and even when Michael Vick first got there.
Yeah, I like the 2000, 2002 ones because I remember I was the first one in high school that had a Michael Vick jersey, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Mike?" It was right when Michael Vick got drafted in April, so the end of the year, school's almost out. I bought one, and people was like, "Why you got his jersey? He might not be this, that, the third." I was like, "All right."
Better than a Marcus Vick jersey.
Oh God!
Hey, wasn't that what a Dolphins jersey?
He fucking sucked. No, it should have been a fucking jumpsuit from prison.
I'm about to say that was a straight orange jersey he wore.
Right. Sorry ass.
Yeah,
he wasn't that good anyway.
He really was just living vicariously.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
Yeah, he was living through his brother. Because even when he was at Virginia Tech, he wasn't all that.
Bro, the last time I looked up Marcus Vick, I saw he played in the AF2. That motherfucker played in the Arena Football Development League. I didn't even know
it's AF2.
Exactly, bro.
Development League for the Arena Football.
Arena Football Development League. It's crazy.
Bro, if you playing in the Development League for Arena Football, your ass need to go
the doldrums. The fucking doldrums of football.
Yeah, that's almost like the
there at one point.
Bro,
Quincy Carter.
Oh God,
man, why he do that?
That motherfucker lost his job to Drew Henson.
Hey, Drew was nice at one point.
Drew need to go throw a motherfucking baseball.
Hey, Drew was nice for about 3/4.
That motherfucker was real nice holding a clipboard.
He was nice for about 3/4.
Yeah, okay.
I tell you what though, on a serious note, that motherfucker was a beast in NCAA. What it was, 06 or 07? Yeah. That motherfucker was a beast. That motherfucker Drew Henson was nasty. Why they do players like that? Like y'all don't remember Ryan Perrilloux, do y'all?
Oh shit! Wait. Now that we're talking about college football, before I forget,
get into that. But before we get that,
yeah,
y'all don't remember Ryan Perrilloux, do y'all?
Sounds familiar.
Ryan Perrilloux played for LSU, 2007.
What position he was?
He played quarterback. He was supposed to be the first quarterback to win 4 Heismans, and he did something. No, I'm serious. As a prospect, he was this good.
Oh.
He did something off the field, and he ended up playing at Jackson State. Never heard from him again.
Let me tell you something. If somebody ever won 4 Heismans in a row, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Tebow only has what, 1?
Tebow has 1. And
there's only one person that has 2 Heismans. It's Archie Griffin. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Tebow was slated to win the second one, but he came in second place or something like that.
I think Reggie Bush should have had more than 1. There's a bunch of guys that probably should have had more than 1.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
It's not in the chat, but
I'm
bringing it up. What do you think about the Braves' new name for their ballpark?
Oh, fuck that. That's trash.
I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these fucking companies having these sorry just like when it went from the Fleet Center, which was bearable, to the TD Bank North Garden.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's like, what the fuck?
I'm going to let y'all guys know how.
Isn't this Phoenix Suns Talking Stick Resort Arena or some stupid shit like that?
No, it's like Trust Stadium or something like that.
No, Phoenix Suns I think is Talking Stick stadium or some shit like that.
Native American named it.
Talking Stick
Resort, whatever.
Yeah, it's Phoenix.
Yeah.
All right.
I think a Native American.
That's awful.
Here we go.
But yeah, the stadium for the Braves is now called Truist Park.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly.
Here he is right here. Ryan Perrilloux. Way to ruin your pro football career. He was a highly touted recruit. Many called him the best of high school class. once claiming that he would take Vince Young's spot at the University of Texas and win the Heisman all 4 years.
Man, all right.
I'm trying to tell you, that dude was nice, man. I'm not trying to be funny.
4 years in a row, nice.
Yeah. Ryan Palu was no joke, bro. I'm telling you.
No, apparently he was a fucking joke.
Listen. I didn't make it up. That's what the people say now. That's what they say.
Look, that's what one person said in the article.
Man, shut up. 4 years.
You brought up one article.
Let's talk about this top 10 sham of
No, I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about the game.
Nah, we got to talk about it.
It is a sham, though. It is a sham. I agree.
Bro, no Reggie Bush.
Nope. No Tim Tebow.
No Tim Tebow. No Charles Woodson, who was what? The only defensive player to ever win the Heisman?
That I know of, yep. No
OJ Simpson.
No OJ Simpson. What's the guy who played for Houston? Andre
Ware?
Andre Ware. No Andre Ware. No Tommy Frazier.
Jesus Christ.
No Charlie Ward.
Yeah.
Bro, what is with this fucking Jim Thorpe hard on at these motherfuckers?
Hey,
every time.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
No Randy Moss. Randy Moss is nice at Marshall.
I'm tired of this shit, bro.
Who else we could think of?
I'm tired of this bias. I'm really tired of this shit. Like,
Ron Dane.
let me. All right,
Ron Dane.
I'm gonna tell you the top 150. So first off, Jim Brown is number 1, right? He never rushed for 1,000 yards in a season, but whatever. Herschel Walker's number 2. I'll take it. Bo Jackson number 3. Fine. Archie Griffin. I mean, he had 2 Heisman. He probably should be higher.
I think if you win 2 Heismans, he should be at least top 3.
Jim Thorpe. This motherfucker played back when there was no helmets.
Hey man, that give him top 10.
Fuck him at that grade.
I'm just messing.
Earl Campbell was 7. Dick Butkus was 8.
Dick Butkus. I'm pretty sure they'll love him at Penn State.
Right, that motherfucker sound like he went to Penn State. Barry Sanders is number 9, and Gale Sayers is number 10. So pretty much, if you came after 1988, good luck.
Pretty much.
I mean, seriously, we're gonna act like. I mean, the list. It's crazy when you Roger Staubach's 11. They said Reggie Bush was 61.
Marshall Faulk was 36.
Oh my god.
John Elway is 33. Jerry Rice is 32.
How the fuck is Jerry Rice higher than Reggie Bush? You see what I'm saying?
Marcus Allen was 40.
This shit's painful.
Charles Woodson is 41. Lawrence Taylor is 42.
Charles Woodson is 4. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Larry Fitzgerald was 46.
We can talk about the game. I'm
gonna keep going.
No, fuck that.
Eric Dickerson is number 49.
And he was a fucking problem at SMU.
That last comment, if you were still talking about Penn State.
Off topic, but I think Madden 17 was the. I disagree.
Who said that?
Ravens said Madden 17 was the best Madden of the PS. No.
I agree.
Really?
I think with Madden 17, the thing about Madden 17 is it had the balance of 25, and it gives you pretty much the stiff arm and the tackling that's in 20.
I don't know.
I think 25's true step running game is better, but 17 gave you a better. It gave you the closest thing to it.
Give me 19 release day.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can't disagree with that.
19 release day. That's cool.
Ronnie Lott's 58.
Other than that,
Reggie Bush 61.
Bro. Reggie Bush, number 61.
Emmitt Smith is 70.
How is this 60 players in the history of college football better than Reggie Bush? Come on, man.
Tim Tebow is 76.
Tim Tebow? All right, yeah, nah.
Vince Young is 81. I'm going to keep going down. Hey, number 84.
Yeah, I saw that.
Number 84. Yeah, we're good with this one.
Who was it?
Adrian Peterson. The real Adrian Peterson, not the one who whoop his kids. The real Adrian Peterson from Georgia Southern.
Yeah, his kids ain't going to kill him.
Okay, Chris Carter.
The real Adrian Peterson from Georgia Southern for 1998, 2001. He ran for 6,000.
Where's he at now?
Hey. Listen, that was 19 years ago.
You damn right.
He ran
That's
for
my point.
this is impressive now.
No,
Mind you now.
Uh-huh.
98, 99. He ran for 6,559 yards.
Did he play?
84 touchdowns. See what else he did. Oh,
What-
for a
what-
freshman.
Well, obviously he didn't play in the pros. So
What
He
was his
did.
Bears stats looking like?
Yeah, he played for the Bears.
for how long?
Well, no, he suited
4
up.
years?
He suited up for the Bears.
Yeah, he played for 4
So you
years.
did another college stint.
You know you ain't shit when the Adrian Peterson that pops up ain't you. Whenever you type in Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, because that Adrian that pops up, they all talk about whooping this kid's ass.
Oh, here we go.
This Adrian Peterson is a stand-up guy. You go to a Georgia Southern game. You go to a Georgia Southern game and you can shake this guy's hand.
Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me that whooping your kids doesn't make you a stand-up parent?
No. Whooping your kids.
KB3 gonna be spoiled as
Hey. No, listen. Whooping your kids is all right. Adrian Peterson kicked this child in the chest and body slammed him, and
He do all that.
he threw him off. He threw him off the steps.
No,
Now
he
you
got-
making him sound like Greg Hardy.
He
Get out of
splashed.
here.
He splashed hot water on the back of his child's head.
Wow. Yo, you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Hey,
at
this
all.
Adrian Peterson, you can go to a Georgia Southern game and he'll shake your hand and take pictures with you. The other one, he might whoop you like he whoop his kids.
He might whoop you like he whoops his kids.
Number 84, Adrian Peterson. All right, go Eagles. Let's talk about this LSU game, man. LSU Clemson. DJ got it right, damn near.
Yeah. Pretty much. Convincing fashion, but it was only convincing after the first half.
He kind of got like a bunch of garbage time touchdowns, right?
It wasn't. Like
I mean, I didn't watch at the third quarter. I went to bed.
It wasn't really a lot of garbage time touchdowns.
You were right to go to bed.
Yeah, at that point, it became one-sided. I'm like, for
It
some
became
reason,
a game for the refs.
and really, it just stymied Clemson. Like, it just felt like no matter what they did, whether it was a ref's decision or players, not executing, they were completely shut out in the second half.
Ravens Nation. No, you know what?
No.
You know what?
I don't disagree with him. I think the list is good.
Only because
The rating is wrong.
Is in there, but yeah, go ahead.
I was about to put that motherfucking time out. Go ahead.
But yeah, LSU did what I thought they were gonna do. They did it. Like I said, they virtually did it in the second half. There were a couple of questionable calls. I'm like surrounding
That's
one rule
being
where,
nice.
well, yeah, because you have a rule that I don't agree with an automatic ejection for it. I believe, especially in college, you should at least get a warning, like, hey, if you do it, like they get the pros a warning.
Somebody breathing through a damn oxygen tank?
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
What's that? What you talking about?
VF sound like he breathing through a damn oxygen tank.
You can hear that?
Yeah.
I'm not even breathing hard. I'm just up against the mic.
Man, you over here
Yeah,
smoking.
I got this mic is sensitive as shit.
You over here smoking a blunt. Go ahead, VF.
No, it's not like I'm like Penn State.
Oh, you ain't.
Whoa, that
shit.
sounded sus as hell.
Yo, Penn State. Oh my god.
Calvin Johnson's 124.
Had one kid in there yelling stars.
Ha!
But anyway, you had that hit that got the kid. He was ejected. I honestly thought because that was he speared the guy. He didn't have to hit him in the head. He lowered his head, showed the crown of his helmet, and you can't lead with your helmet, no matter if it's a blow to the head or a blow to the side or whatever he hit him at. But I believe that kids, especially the collegiate kids, they should get 2 chances. They should get one chance after the initial, and then after that, you do it again. Because they do that in the pros with unsportsmanlike conduct. If you do it again, you get tossed.
Well, I believe that ref that called that should get Jerry Sandusky'd. And yeah. I hate that. I hate that call.
And then you also had the offensive pass interference, which wasn't offensive pass interference. I will wholeheartedly agree. Though I do understand when you view from the referee's camera angle, which they had, if they had those cameras in the pros, you know how mad we really would get. I could understand why he called it offensive pass interference.
Because he's a bitch?
Yeah. But it was not it was not offensive pass interference. It should have been a no call, and that was going for a touchdown. So,
all I can say is see you in NFL, Joe Burrow. That kid's official, man.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a pretty good career. He look like he's absolutely right. Now, mind you, I don't want to put too much on him because, you know, you got to get past the rookie year, then you got to get past the sophomore growing pains,
especially in the fucking Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
Roster.
I don't want to give him the Joe Flacco, Matt Ryan treatment where those guys came in and they end up winning like 11 games. I don't want to do that, but I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be good.
Ravens Nation ran to the Discord after he got his comment fucking modded out. That's funny.
He thought him and Pooh was on the same team.
Pooh's over here super fast with the fucking trigger.
You better watch it, man. He'll flip on you in a minute.
Fucking George Zimmerman ass.
No, man, come on.
I felt threatened.
What else we got?
Turn the Bengals into
got any more questions?
Nah.
I feel like I owe y'all a little bit. We owed y'all a little bit extra time because I've been late the past couple of days.
I'm like,
just
not
work.
Really. I'm actually wanting to tune into the rest of this debate because apparently they asked that question that I was hoping they would ask in the first place.
Y'all want to talk about?
Wait a minute. Did you know? I fired up Madden 20, right?
Oh.
Let me tell you something. What they did was brilliant because I lost my save from my franchise.
That I was stealing saves from you.
No. I lost it. I mean, it was I didn't do a cloud save. Mm-hmm. I did a on a hard drive save, and that hard drive is on my other computer over here. So when I fired it up on this computer, I was like, oh, so I don't have to say. But when you go into franchise, do you know you can pick up your franchise exactly what from the week that is going on in real life?
Yeah, they've been.
I think, I heard about that.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I always played my franchise through. I never had to start one in the middle of the season.
When you put in play now and you didn't see all those games next to custom.
No, that's different. Then going into franchise mode, I literally went in franchise mode and I started from the divisional playoffs with the actual scores that happened the day before.
Okay, so you're talking about I see.
Right. So I started with the Packers beating who the Packers just beat. Damn it. Seahawks. Yeah. The Packers end up going to the Super Bowl and beating the Titans. But nevertheless, I went through the season. I thought that was pretty cool. And I played about 3 games in the following season. Went through the draft class, and they had real draft class. Did y'all know they had Joe Burrow as undrafted in that draft class?
What?
I don't know. Dead serious.
Man.
They had him as undrafted. Now, mind you, a team did pick him up like in the 4th round, but his grade was undrafted.
Yo, this is random, but since we're talking about like ratings and shit. So LeBron passed, I think it was Isaiah Thomas for assists all time last night. And 2K's fucking Facebook page had the nerve to put 2K ratings never lie. And they put that LeBron's, I guess, pass evasion rating was higher than Isaiah Thomas. I'm like, y'all get the fuck out of here with y'all's clown ass ratings. Ratings suck. Any tendencies. Y'all got some fucking nerve. Your range never lie. Yeah, whatever. Oh, one more thing. All y'all motherfuckers sticking up for Czar, y'all can eat a dick too. Coming and sticking up for him like he's daddy or some shit.
Hey, you gotta understand, man. They don't understand. You gotta understand that they don't understand.
He's a corporate shill.
It's funny. It's like with that, I understand what he's saying, but this whole thing is because he took a stance to be what Bill just said.
Oh shit!
What?
We didn't even do our picks.
Oh yeah, let's
not the picks, but the results.
Let's go over that real quick.
Yeah,
we don't have to go over the games, but
we can. I mean,
yeah. So the first game, Jesus Christ. I hate one fucking ESPN. All right, here we go. The first game on Saturday was the Vikings and the 49ers. 49ers took this one convincingly, 27-10.
Yep.
Everybody picked the Niners here, so good job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, there's not really much to talk about in this game.
No, this was about as basic of a playoff game that you can get.
This was just a drubbing. Honestly, it wasn't as close as it looked.
So it was a very basic playoff game.
It's like every time I looked up on the screen, it was just like Cousins was getting sacked, like every other time. So
I mean, very pedestrian quarterback play from both sides. Dalvin Cook, 9 carries for 18 yards. Tevin Coleman, 22 carries for 105 yards. So that goes to me and DJ's point about, which side is preparing for the run game there. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the 49ers defense is better, but 9 carries for 18 yards. First off, you got to run the ball a little bit more than that with Dalvin Cook. But their leading receiver was Stephon Diggs with 2 whole catches. Great. I'm not even going to delve any more into that game. The second game,
it was a very basic game.
Yeah, it was just paint by numbers type stuff. I don't think anybody really expected any different of a result.
No.
Titans and the Ravens.
Oh, wait a minute, slow down.
What?
Ravens Nation, you want to talk about that?
Oh shit. Yeah, Ravens Nation, give us your thoughts in the comment section about your Super Bowl champion Ravens, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I'm not picking them.
Don't do that, man, like that
again.
Nah, fuck that. This dude has been calling them the Super Bowl champions since what? Week 10?
Probably before that.
So he pretty much, he deserves an L for the next how many
episodes? He said Tennessee ain't gonna be able to run the ball.
L in the chat, people. L in the chat, people.
Everybody put an L, man.
Fat L for
you know how Simba, used to say everybody put your U's up, everybody put your L's up, man.
L in the chat.
28-12 was the score. Tennessee took this one. Lamar Jackson threw the ball 59 times. 31 for 59, 365, 1 touchdown, 2 whole interceptions, 20 carries for 143 yards. Ryan Tannehill, the quarterback on the other side.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Pooh, we don't spill tea out here. We don't do that. Let me tell you what. I don't know if y'all know, but spilling the tea is that stuff that them gossip girls that be doing on the gossip side of YouTube. They be gossiping. Yeah, they be gossiping about celebrities and stuff. Cause my wife watched that stuff. That's why I heard it from. So, Pooh, what are you really watching on YouTube?
The Tennessee receiver that led their team had 1 catch for 45 yards. So this was really a game of, and I talked about this last week. I said, if Tennessee can keep Lamar Jackson, at least ruin his escape routes, the easy ones, which means, both C gaps, really.
Bills?
I mean, but they managed both C gaps pretty well to the point where they didn't push their ends up too far. He made a couple of crazy plays, but I mean, he
was making those plays pretty much towards the end, though.
And that's another thing. Yeah, they kept, and then obviously they managed the clock, which doesn't hurt.
Man, why Pooh yelling in the chat?
Yeah,
motherfucker fell asleep on his caps lock button. name. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so it was just a matter of the Titans being a more playoff ready team. They managed the clock, and the Ravens receivers could not get open.
Pooh just made my point too. But you're right though. They couldn't get open.
He definitely did make your point.
He did. He made my point just then.
Wow.
My thing about the Ravens, I don't think it's Lamar Jackson's fault. He did everything he could.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, no.
You know, he threw for 365 and ran for 143. I mean, the problem is
receivers couldn't catch.
the receiver. Yeah, he had a lot of drops.
They couldn't get any separation.
And Mark Ingram couldn't get anything done on the ground either.
They didn't even.
No, he really couldn't.
I mean, I was having this discussion with BB. BB was like, well, they were having success with Edwards in the first half, so I don't know why they stopped running the ball. I'm like, because that success was from a backup. If you're not getting that success from your starter and you fall behind, why would you continue to run the ball? You got to get shit going. Now, 59 times, yes, it's excessive. But I would say run more read option with Lamar Jackson, not, run the ball more with your running backs. I completely disagree with that.
I'm going to need Pooh to put on his inside voice or put his ass outside.
You got to,
Because
you got anything to add to DJ, you already added something to this game?
Well, no, pretty much that's what happened. Like it was just a mere fact that they couldn't stop Derrick Henry, and Tannehill. I had already mentioned this earlier. That's probably why I don't have much to say now. But Tannehill actually had produced a little bit more, even though he didn't really produce much as far as passing yards. But he produced more as far as
you saw that, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, DJ, man.
Yeah, so Tannehill produced more, which was what I was calling for in the beginning. So he was able to do that. He was able to do that.
Oh my god!
Oh boy!
Yo,
look at the
I'm
chat.
saying, Bills, that comment ain't even supposed to be this funny.
But it's just like it was like the timing of it. He's like, Pooh, what the hell are you talking about?
I want to let DJ.
DJ's volume is fine. Cut it off.
Because Ravens Nation actually got a pretty good question that I missed.
What'd he say?
He said, question, do y'all think the NFL is slowly going back to the run after teams are shutting down the pass? Despite the rules, this year we had 16. Ooh, I didn't know we had that many. 16,000 yard rushes.
I think it's
just. I don't think it's just that. I don't think teams are shutting down the pass.
I think teams are recommitting themselves to the run. No, I think what it is the fact that it is set up for the pass. You just get some teams that say, you know what, we're gonna switch it up real quick, and that's where you get all these rushes come from. I don't think that the NFL is going back to the run. I think that you just had a year where it's been so much spread, passing. You're going to get those lanes because those defenses are preparing for the pass.
Yeah, I think passing is really setting up the run, especially from shotgun.
There you go.
I think a lot of big gains from shotgun.
Yeah,
because it's going to take a lot. What'd you say, DJ?
It's basically RPO.
RPO and a lot of even just the regular inside zone plays work so much. I mean, think about it. The only team back in the early 2000s that ran that was the fucking Colts. I mean, they were so ahead of their time. Nobody really ran out of shotgun back then.
Because I don't think teams are using the run to set up the pass. I think it's the pass to set up the run, like we just said. I think that's why. I think that's where the success come from.
And you just have a lot of talented running backs in the league.
Because this is the thing. I'm actually surprised that with all the running backs that are coming out of college, these are guys that are built to run the ball like 25, 30 times a game, but they don't use them like that anymore. So when you do find, look who's coming out now, J.K. Dobbins. I think
look at the 49ers. They have 3 starters.
Right. And who else is coming out that declared for the draft? The other running back.
Is Etienne coming out?
I think Etienne is coming out. J.K. Dobbins, somebody else declared.
Homeboy
too.
from Ohio State.
That's J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, okay.
It's three of them that. Oh, Swift from Georgia.
Yeah.
So all three of those guys, they can run the ball like a number one running back.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, him too. They're all four of them. They're built to run the ball 25, 30 times a game, but these offenses nowadays, they're not built like that.
Right.
These guys could have came out in 2001, 2002, and I can promise you they're going to probably get 1,400 yards because they're going to get the ball, probably 300 times throughout the season.
All right, let's finish this review real quick. We already went over the Texans and the Chiefs. There's nothing really to see here. Texans blew it. Chiefs put up 28 in the second quarter. There's nothing else to see.
Pretty much.
Seahawks and the Packers. This one came down to the wire. But honestly, I was gonna say,
coach decision
that
pretty much sealed Seattle's fate.
What is up with Pete Carroll and his coaching decisions at the end of games?
Bro, I said this when we first. I remember we were talking about this all the way back when the Seahawks and the Patriots Super Bowl happened, right?
All right.
And I told you, I was like, Pete Carroll will find any way to choke away a game. And I went back to that Rose Bowl. I've seen him do it.
Hold up, man. Hold on.
Wow.
The Vince Carter game?
The Vince Young game.
Vince Carter, damn. The Vince Young game?
The Vince Young game.
He think he blew that?
Yes, because he ran the ball with Reggie Bush, 2 or 3 times in the entire second half, and he put the ball in Matt Leinart's hands, and they were throwing the ball when they should have been running it. They could have ran the clock out.
Well, that's true.
And that was still that was probably the greatest college football game I've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a close game, though.
It was, but it shouldn't have been. They established themselves as a dominant team, and then Matt Leinart, he wanted to ordain Matt Leinart and what buffer his fucking draft stock. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean that is true because that Texas team, don't get me wrong, they weren't bad, but we all knew it was Vince Young and Vince Young a bust.
Yeah. And every time Vince Young got the ball in that second half, damn near it was a score. And USC could have just ran the clock out, but then you go back to the 2014 Super Bowl. We all know what happened there. So this isn't a surprise.
It's not a surprise. It's like, why?
Yeah, it continues to happen.
Right, that's what I'm
saying. Russell Wilson played well.
Yeah, he did.
He played better than the stats indicate. 21 for 31, 277 and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers played better than his stats indicated. So I mean, some of them throws he was making.
It was the throws that he made at certain times.
Aaron Jones. I mean, really, everybody we're looking at, aside from Devontae Adams, played better than their stats indicated because they made plays when they really needed to.
Right.
Aaron Jones is he's a beast, man. He's an absolute beast.
Nice.
That 49ers and Green Bay game is going to be a classic, I think.
Yeah, that's going to remind you of the 49ers Packers back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
When you had the Steve Young versus Brett Favre games.
Yeah.
You had Edgar Bennett and Ricky Waters. Those are some. Are those games on YouTube?
Probably.
I think the TO.
I can find a.
Let me tell you something.
All I know.
Everybody who's listening, live or recorded, I think it's required for you to go check a Green Bay 49ers game from the late 90s when the Brett Favre versus Steve Young, when you had like I said, Edgar Bennett versus Ricky Waters, you had the Ken Norton Juniors.
Wait, but T.O.'s catching traffic was against Green Bay too, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
They have that on NFL's. They have that on NFL.
It is, but it wasn't. It was later on down the road in that rivalry. When you're talking, you kind of see what I'm saying? It's not a bad game.
Yeah,
but when you actually had like Dorsey Levens and when you had that Green Bay team.
Well,
Reggie
shit,
White was still playing. And
they
shit.
need to go back and watch the 49ers and the Cowboys play. I still think one of the best NFL games ever was that 92 NFC Championship game.
The 92 one, the 93,
94.
94 was another
All
one.
of them, really, yeah.
Yeah. Those 49ers, Packers, 49ers, Cowboys required watch.
Y'all want to talk about super teams? Y'all never see a team with collection sound like that in the NFL ever again.
Oh, both sides.
On both sides.
Dallas and 49ers.
Both sides, Hall of Famers, all over the field.
All over the field.
Yeah.
That was just a good damn game.
Shit, another game, the Eagles faced I'm sorry. The Packers faced the Cowboys one year in the playoffs in the NFC Championship. Who was that, 95? That was a good game.
Could have been 95.
Yeah.
I think it was 95. Sterling Sharp even played that thing.
I think, yeah.
What's the other game?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all four of them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the Texans and Chiefs.
Oh, so the standards. Standards.
Yeah.
Standings.
No, the Sim standard? Right?
Oh, shit. Nah, they're on vacation, remember. I'm 7-1. DJ's 5-3, I believe.
No.
What?
I think it's 4-4.
4-4. And VF is
3-5.
Oh, man. Below 500. Yay.
Well, I mean, like I said, you've had a couple that were like,
I got shafted in the first week, man. Some of those games went against. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I'm still pissed about that Texans comeback, bro. I'd be fucking undefeated.
No,
right
let me
now.
tell you something. The Titans right now are doing exactly what the Bills should have been doing.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if the Bills did what the Titans are doing now, the Bills could be a bigger threat to the Chiefs easily.
The last 6 seed that I've seen this good was probably the 2011 Giants.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to throw a bone in this one. What about the 2000 Ravens as the 6th seed?
Wait,
They went all the way to the Super Bowl.
they were a 6 seed?
I think they were a 6th seed. That
Hold on, what are we talking about?
you talking about
No, I said the last one I remember that was as good was the 2011 Giants, but I didn't know the Ravens were a wild card that year.
Yeah, they were a wild card that year. Matter of fact, when they
I know they beat Tennessee in Tennessee. I remember that.
Yeah,
that's hard to believe. I have to look that up.
Oh, they beat the Ravens too, right? I mean the Raiders. Yeah, because they beat the Raiders on the road.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The main thing, because I remember Tony Siragusa was the one that.
Hold on. How was there a 6 seed with a 12-4 record?
In 2000?
Yeah. I
know they had to win 2 games on the road because they beat Oakland on the road and they beat Tennessee on the road. But I'm trying to remember if they had one home game. I believe they did. So maybe they were 4th seed.
Hold on.
Because I think they played one game at home, but I forget who they played.
Look at it. I thought they were 6.
Okay, but he's right though. He said the Ravens became the 7th wild card team to reach the Super Bowl, the 3rd and 4th seasons. They allowed only 1 touchdown and 3 field goals in their playoff wins. They beat the Broncos, the Titans, and the Raiders.
Shit, wait, so Broncos.
How the hell they were 12-4 and a 6 seed?
Shit.
Well, we probably had to look at they were 2nd in the AFC Central that year. It was probably a lot of good teams that year. Probably had to look at the record that year for all the AFC Central teams.
Wow.
Oh, damn it. This one won't let me go back that far.
So Denver was a 5th seed. Baltimore was a 4th seed.
Because remember...
Yeah, Baltimore was a 4th seed. Yeah.
Indy was a 6th seed.
Remember, they didn't change how the divisions were. Remember, you had... Let's see. You had AFC East, AFC Central. You had 3 divisions. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, you had 3 divisions.
So there were 3 wild cards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that makes sense. But no, the Giants run was impressive in 2011 because that 49ers game, I did not expect them to go into San Fran in the NFC Championship and beat them.
That should be another L for Ravens Nation. How did he not know his own team was the 6th seed that season?
Man, you taking too many L's, bro.
Yeah, Broncos was the 5th seed.
Why are we talking about Tessa Blanchard right now?
I don't know.
You know what?
Is.
I came to my senses when it came to that because if you listen to Jim Cornette, at some point that's you notice when somebody's about to
flourish, yeah.
That all of a sudden all this comes out. It's like, what happened to when it happened? Why didn't you bring it up then? Type situation. It always happens, and I kind of like at first I was just like, damn, that's a shame that she did all that. But it's just like you think about it, it's like, well, that's a shame that they pocketed all this information until she was about to win the title.
All right, we had 2:25. What else we got before we go?
That's all I got, honestly. We can talk about the NBA next week.
Yeah, we can hit the NBA. We can hit these picks for the AFC NFC Championship.
Oh yeah, next week. I said next week. Thursday,
yeah.
Yeah. What's your outro, DJ?
I hopefully have a better week this coming up weekend as far as the playoffs are concerned. There's really no hope of getting an outright first place, at least for like this and in the Super Bowl. So it looks like Bills may wind up pulling this out. So I'm gonna say my congratulations early because whatever I do, it won't be anything more than a share of first place.
I appreciate that because the Bills fucked me over, but it's all right, man. But yeah.
What you got, Bills?
Thanks everybody for coming through as usual. Same old suspects in here. Shout out to Ravens Nation for taking the most L's in the history of the podcast. And that's what Ryan Moody taking an L weekly, and you're still you broke his record. So thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah, congratulate on Bills of the picks. I guess we'll do a better touch up on it next week or next year.
We gotta do one for y'all want to do one for the NBA?
Yeah, it's too many games.
Well, no, we're not gonna do games per se. We could do series.
I mean, for playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what.
Yeah, not like weekly. No, hell no. I mean the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try one.
Maybe the All-Star game.
Yeah, who cares who wins that?
Yeah.
Like, I hope somebody play some defense. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Let's pick who wins the skills competition. You want to place bets on a 3-point competition? Maybe.
Shit, I got
that would be probably better than the All-Star game, to be honest, because it really does come down to who wants to play defense in the All-Star game.
Right.
And then when you talk about the skills competition, who you gonna blame for the loss? The man or the woman?
That could go so many ways.
I was just
thanks you guys for coming through again.
Yeah,
running a little late, but made up for it. Episode 110. Good topics, good people, good interaction. Always good to do a podcast with you guys, not only with the host, but the chat. You know where to find us on Twitter. I got the Twitter ticker going right there. All three of our handles right there. You can catch us on Twitter and talk to us there. Also, you can join our Discord. The link is down in the description. Please join the Discord. You can chat with us and actually have some fun. Shout out to everybody who's already there.
And not the Penn State type of fun.
Yeah, we I don't even know where to go with that.
Yeah,
that's gay.
That with open arms.
Yeah,
and open to something else too. But go ahead.
That's gay. And we're gonna see you guys Thursday. We're gonna do this all over again. We're gonna talk about the AFC NFC Championship. Talk about a little bit of NBA because we still forgot to talk about Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
So we missed that. So we need to jump on that. And any other topics come our way. Really probably throw a little more gaming in there like we always do. So until next time, we'll see y'all on Thursday. Hopefully, it'll be 7:30. I don't have to work, so I'll be here on time.
Oh, good. We'll be right on time this time.
Yeah, we'll be on time. So we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate for you guys coming through, and peace.
Peace.
Rest in peace.